Greetings, sentient beings. This broadcast is not for children. There will be strong language and adult themes. Just for the record, nothing on my channel is ever supposed to be suitable for people under 18. Just for the record. Okay. There we go. So we are live on the tubes. Hey everybody, welcome to the final wrap-up for the Christmas Marathon Relay. Okay. Okay, there's the echo. I thought I had muted that already. Yeah, that's a little trick, people, that I found it's generally a good habit anytime I come into a live chat on the YouTube to go and set the playback speed to like 1.5 because it's always lagging. So let it catch up and it'll go back to normal speed as soon as it catches up.
That's true. That works.
I found that quite often, just when you open it, by the time it gets to your browser, it's lagging 20 or 30 seconds.
I don't like YouTube. I will never use it ever.
Hey, Amy. Amy, I was trying to send you the link to come in on Twitter, and for some reason it wasn't finding you when I was trying to send you a private link. Which I don't get because we've sent stuff back and forth so many times. Okay, but anyway, so yeah, it is technically, well, it was Boxing Day here 2 hours ago.
Deep breath and count to 10. I'm not going to...
It was Boxing Day here 2 hours ago, but I'm going to keep this running on the off chance that we've got somebody in Hawaii watching. We've got to go until it's past, until Christmas Day has ended there.
You've gone very quiet, Peter.
Oh dear, it's the quiet ones you have to watch out for.
Mm-hmm.
He's plotting something.
When Peter goes quiet, get scared.
Had you been here in time, you would have not... Damn, still not working. Why is that happening?
Do you need me to help you, Peter?
No, I'll just rejoin and see if that fixes it.
Are you struggling with computers?
No.
I've heard that old people have problems with computers.
Oh, trust me, I can use XSplit. I can open files in Photoshop.
I'll do it later. Peter, are you okay with the computers?
Takes a while for the camera to catch up.
He's deaf.
Let me rejoin and see if that works.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Good evening, everyone. Stool, jeez.
Okay.
You can't.
There we go.
It's still not working. I hate this.
You're having trouble with your camera?
No, I'm just having trouble having too many windows open.
Listen, Peter, if you need some assistance, give me a shout. I'll teach you how to drive the computers, okay?
Talk to the hand.
So, yeah, I'm...
Well, this certainly seems to have been a successful day.
Yeah.
Overall, yeah, we had relatively minor glitches.
Mm-hmm.
I'm half brain dead here, though, so
And now we have the infamous Amy Hogan here. God, I'm really losing it here.
Yep. Yeah, we have Amy Hogan in the side chat. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to join us in here or not.
I think we're all a little bit tired.
Oh yeah, I'm sure everybody is by this point. We've all been going on very little sleep.
The thing is, I'm not complaining about this because you've done something really fucking wonderful, Purple.
Yeah, the bottle of wine early this morning was probably not a good idea for me. I should have kept to the idea of not having any alcohol, but I was thinking that I had more than 12 hours between my streams, but I didn't really have a chance in between there to sleep it off.
Hey, I don't want to make this a downer, so I would just like to hear about this for a couple minutes. I have been out of touch all day, and I have no clue what's going on. And if anybody knows what's the latest info out of Nashville, I'd appreciate hearing.
I haven't looked at that either.
Does anyone claim responsibility or?
No, I haven't had any updates on that since the initial reports. So yeah, no real useful information.
The only thing I heard is that it was actually out in front of an AT&T switching building.
Yeah.
I had heard it was in front of the courthouse, so I had thought that was the target.
That was what I heard originally too.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Merry Christmas.
Hello, golden voice. Oh, I love your voice so much, Amy.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, such a melodious tone.
Thank you. Yeah, I haven't heard anything new on that either. I've been following it off and on today because I guess the last thing I saw was on the Washington Post. They were talking about how that recording was playing the morning before, but that was it.
My gosh!
Yeah, I saw the tape from that. It's about 3 minutes long, and this voice is repeating over and over, "Get the fuck out of here!" You know. Those words.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm guessing an event has occurred.
There was an explosion. An RV was set up as a car bomb in Nashville and blew up. There's, from what I hear at this point, 3 people who were injured.
Yes.
And I heard recently they think they found human remains, but that wasn't definitive at the time. And it looks very much like it was a terrorist attack of some sort. I would suspect it was homegrown terrorists.
I'm now going to do some Christmas magic for you. I'm not familiar with the Amy person. Hello, Amy.
Hello, it's nice to meet you.
I'm a dick, so yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Amy, this is Stool. He's one of our newer people to the community, and he's a very sweetheart. And he's from England, and he seems to be pretty smart, although he's really good at hiding it.
Yeah.
I'm now going to do some magic. Okay, Amy, look at me. Amy, look at me in the eyes. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right in the eyes. Okay.
You're a Canadian.
Close. Very close. That's very good. Yes, I live in Maine, and
that's
I live.
Literally all I've got. I've got no more magic.
There you go. But that was very good. Very close. I'm from a big French Canadian community here in Maine, so yeah.
I'll tell you my secret. She said a boot.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Is your family heritage French Canadian then, or you're a transplant to the area?
Family heritage. Yeah, I'm third generation. So yeah.
See,
I still have relatives up there.
I trace my ancestry on my mom's side to French fur trappers in the 16s and 1700s.
Nice.
In the Great Lakes area.
Purple.
And
I'm going to reboot and then rejoin because this whole camera thing is driving me nuts. So
Yeah,
Do
no
you, do,
problem.
you, do you need me to help you do that, Peter?
no, I do not need you. If I need to open a file in Photoshop, I'll ask you.
You know, bottom left, click,
Yes.
and there'll be an option that says shut down.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you click that.
Click it, and then pray.
anyways, Amy, I'm wondering if you ever heard the the surname of Delanglade.
It sounds familiar. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
curiosity. Nothing
Oh, yeah.
important.
Yeah, no, that does sound familiar though. That's a cool name.
Your area is one of the areas of the nation I've always wanted to go visit.
Yeah.
Yeah, to see Acadia National Forest and stuff. Oh, the
I
seashore.
love it there.
Yeah.
Jenny, I like this Canadian person. Can we keep her, please?
Oh, I have nothing to do with that. She's wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
And she's a great
Thank you very
mom.
much.
I'm getting so happy with her audio because it's perfect.
Isn't it?
Oh,
Isn't that
thank
voice
you.
just really
Oh
something
yeah.
else?
She's just a delight to have around.
Oh, thank you.
I mean,
You
people
guys are great too. You're fun. You're a lot of fun to be around. So
people always talk about Karis Crane's voice, and she has this beautifully soft, feminine, sexy voice, but yours is has a tonal quality that just I can't explain it.
Are you getting that?
It's enrapturing.
Have you got the same
Thank
thing
you.
that's happening to me, Jen? Because this is one sexy voice.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm moving. It worked.
There we go.
I
We
think,
see
Amy,
you.
you could make money in voiceover work.
We've got the live Peter.
Yes.
I was thinking of it eventually. I was hoping.
You ought to get into it, or get into it now. It doesn't take as much to get into it as, say, if you wanted to do on-camera acting, you could do your own recordings at home on computer and send out a what do they call that?
Yeah,
A
audition tape.
audition tapes.
Right,
There's
yeah,
actually quite a growing market right now in voice recording for audiobooks.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, that's actually a good thing too.
Yeah. If you would just want to, read books into a recording, you can make some money that way.
This is really difficult. I've never met you before, Canadian person, but your voice it's doing weird things to me.
No.
No.
I've also
we do
noticed,
treat Amy with a level of dignity that you don't offer me, that I don't
Yeah.
even request.
Yeah,
So
you need to be
I've also
respectful.
I've
She's
also
a
noticed that
mom.
her audio is a lot better than yours. Just
Fuck
saying.
you, Peter.
She doesn't hiss all the time.
And she's even better looking than her avatar.
Yes,
Oh, thank you.
that too.
Thank you.
Okay. I need more info.
Okay, so have I embarrassed you enough now, Amy? I can stop.
Well, in the
That's
side
okay,
chat,
no,
we're
okay.
talking about our
I'll stop.
family lineage and heritage.
Still, you can't look into a camera.
I'm an
It
even
doesn't work.
50-50 split that my father's whole side was Polish and my mother's whole side was Finnish. And they both kept to their own groups until they got together. So I'm the first mix from either side.
My
On my
Wow.
mother's side, if you go back 5 generations, we have a Swedish aunt. That's the extent of the diversity.
Wow.
But do we know how much Neanderthal DNA do you have?
No, I haven't had the test run for that.
See,
Well, typically we're all about 3 to 5%.
Yeah, but on my mother's side, basically everybody, kept to that one county, which, depending on what decade you're talking about, that county was either Finland, Sweden, or Russia because the borders kept moving. That's actually why my family's here, is the Russians decided to move the border 200 miles. So they decided they couldn't stop them from taking the land, but they'd be damned if they got anything else, and they burned the town to the ground and everybody left.
Purple.
Wow.
I'm really awesome and clever, but I can't remember how long this thing is going to last for. Is it 2 hours?
3 hours.
3
hours until it hits midnight at the International Dateline.
Oh, Jesus. I'm really tired.
I had a difficult thing happen today. A person from my real life caught one of the broadcasts.
Yeah, Stool, if you just want to mute your microphone and take a nap for a while, that wouldn't be any problem.
No, and we won't hear the hissing.
This person I know who saw me has only known me to be this dignified professional person.
Boy, were they in for a shock, huh?
Yeah, no fuck. Yeah, I got a message from her I have to respond to. It starts out with OMG. Oh God.
Oh,
that's too funny.
Renee is bragging that they have noble blood in their family. They had knights in the Battle of Hastings.
Nice.
Spooky's hissing in the side chat. You think Spooky's mad because we left him all alone in the previous thing?
You don't talk about the previous thing, Peter.
What previous thing?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll sort that all out after I've had a chance to get some proper sleep. But
what your audience is not aware of, Purple, in between streams, me and Peter, we get naked and do the jiggy jiggy.
well, I knew you did that alone. I didn't know that you got together to do it.
With or without lubricant?
Peter is weird because he's got a golden penis, so yeah, whatever. So it's Christmas, so I'll let him have the lube.
He does bareback, and you're not a Rough Rider, huh?
I don't like this stream. You're all weird. You're all weird and perverted.
You don't like any stream.
This is very true.
Stool, problem. You say that as though you didn't know these things before you came in here.
Amy, how did Matt's
Christmas let's listen to Amy, because Amy's got a really sexy voice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, he had a wonderful Christmas. He got what he asked for, and he had a great morning. So that was a lot of fun. And then we just ate the rest of the day.
Oh, how nice!
Thank you. He was a happy guy today, so he had a good day, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
He's such a sweet child.
Oh, thank you.
Ask him more things. Ask him more questions.
I think we need another topic, because I think maybe she's getting a little uncomfortable with having the spotlight on her the whole time.
Yeah. I'm just a wee bit shy.
Oh, hey, look at me making people feel uncomfortable.
Well, that comes pretty natural to you, doesn't it? You don't
how about the rest
write a
of you?
script or anything, do you?
Anyone else have anything good from Christmas? Get any fun presents?
Oh, I did. But I bragged about that a lot already, I think.
No, not when I was around.
I got a blanket.
I got the most amazing present that I could ever be thinking of. And we don't even do big presents. So
what was it? What was it?
A flat Earth detector. Purple should know what that is.
A flat Earth detector? No, I'm.
So wait, you debunk flat earther and you do not know what a flat Earth detector is?
I've never heard
I've
one.
just gone by my natural instinct for it. I haven't needed a device for this.
I'm thinking it's like a basketball that you pour water over.
No, it's a camera.
Oh,
Oh, the P1000.
No, I got the previous one, the P900.
Here we
oh, well, how
go.
nice.
Peter's got a P900 and he loves Aaron Ra. Kissy, kissy, kissy.
I'm going to bug you. I'm going to bug you now because you said that. I'm going to do the thing, and now it actually will move.
Peter, is there any way you can kick up your lighting a little
Hey,
bit?
there's Pirate Kitty.
Yeah, Peter, nobody can see what you're doing because your lighting shit, your camera's shit. You really need to get some advice.
You got a lot of black on black. It's hard to see.
Lots of black on black, and that's racist, by the way. Peter, you're a racist.
Okay, let me fix that. Oh, that doesn't help. Why doesn't that help?
Because it's dark.
Oh no, I figured it out. It's a little lighter.
No, it's not.
I don't have anything lighter. What if I light everything on fire? Maybe that'll help.
Oh, bless. Peter doesn't know what to do.
There we go.
He
What
doesn't
is
know what he's doing.
No, that actually is worse. That's backlighting, and you get darker. Don't you have a room light you can turn on?
Why are you guys giving him so much trouble?
Because he's trying to show us a lovely Christmas present. I can't see it.
This is a thing. When Stool and I are in the same room, pretty much all we do is piss each other off.
Well,
that's pretty par for the course with Stool and anyone.
Yeah.
On the subject of cameras with bad lighting, here's something that Sloth Girl made for me for Yule.
It's a little dinosaur.
Yep, a crocheted purple triceratops.
Oh, it looks blue from that picture.
Yeah, well, that's
Oh,
why
I
I
love
said
it.
it's bad lighting, that there wasn't any direct light on it, so I've had to up the lighting, and that's kind of faded it. But it's actually a deep purple.
Deep Purple is
So
a band,
cute.
so that must be wrong. I'm pretty sure Deep Purple is a band.
What's wrong with Deep Purple?
That's a band, not a color.
I'm getting a cup of coffee.
Okay,
I'll be right
I
back.
wasn't familiar with the band, but it's my favorite color.
So I see we had a couple video swaps.
Yeah, we got a couple of broken links in the schedule at this point.
Really?
I mean, everything went off on the channels it was supposed to at the designated times, but some of the initial links had to be changed.
Okay. As I got so confused when I tried to poke back in and...
I think that's Stool's fault.
Well,
He messes up
apparently
everything.
Genesis and Lone Wanderer had some problems getting started, so their links changed.
It is, obviously.
So yeah, I definitely will have to go back into the playlist on my channel and get the correct links put in there.
Yeah.
So that anybody who's going and looking at in the next couple of days gets it right.
I've heard the rumours and everything is literally my fault, so I'm cool with that. But
No.
It always
No.
is. Yes, it always
The
is.
hashtag blame MathPig will live eternally.
No.
Here's the thing, I've enjoyed today so much, and I do give big fucking thanks to Purple for doing this, because I have literally pissed myself with laughter. It's been brilliant. But I now want to do another experiment whereby the person that I'm not familiar with now answers the next question. And by the way, if she does it very close to her microphone,
Stool, don't harass her.
I'm not harassing. I'm
Okay.
being good.
All right. Well,
I'm being good.
Okay, be nice.
I'm being a good boy.
So you have a question?
There you go.
There we go. There are some words that I spoke. How's that?
This is not being harassing. I'm just being festive.
Oh, there you go.
And it looks like Dallas privated his Christmas video. So you can't put that in the links.
Oh. Well, that's going to be kind of disappointing that there'll be a hole in it. It won't be complete. But yeah, I understand there was some drama that went on at the beginning of that that was while I was napping, and I haven't had a chance to find out exactly what happened.
Purple, we have Stool in the room. I need to remind you of phrasing. If you're going to say it's disappointing that we're going to have a hole in it, he's going to respond to that. So be careful.
No,
Phrasing.
no, Peter, I'm being a really good boy because this.
Yeah,
no,
like
Peter.
like
listen,
I've
this
never
is-
used inappropriate phrasing.
This is the final thing on Purple's doodah. I'm going to behave myself.
Yep.
So nicely.
So back in the side
believe-
chat, we were talking about where
believe
Santa lives, and Robert X was saying that I think it was Robert X was saying that Poland didn't. No, it was theoretical. Was saying that Poland didn't have Santa, but actually from my Polish grandparents that they had Santa to reward the good children, and they also had Black Peter to punish the bad children.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's always a Peter.
Yeah. So it wasn't just the idea of getting gifts. It was the kids that misbehaved. Black Peter would come after them with switches.
Yeah, Black Peter was a racist.
And you all wondered why I'm so dark. I knew this was going to happen. See, I knew you were going to get there.
So lurking, hiding in the shadows is how you're going to make this better?
No, I knew you were going to go to Black Peter. So I thought, let's dim it down a lot so I won't stand out that much.
Yeah, Spooky. This is why I like to have my Christmas Day online and not with my real family. But I will again thank everybody who helped me with the move. Because yes, I am back to what I consider the safe distance of having the state of Wisconsin between me and most of my biological family. I'm actually rather happy with COVID because it means I didn't have to come up with excuses for not showing up at the family gatherings this year.
Sometimes it could be useful.
Well, actually, my oldest brother had been pushing for all the brothers to get together last month. And trying to really guilt trip me into it because I was saying that I didn't think getting people from 4 different states together during a pandemic was a good idea.
And it isn't. No.
Yeah, so now I'm the killjoy because I spoiled his tradition.
Yeah. Do I need to remind people that the Dutch just beat the Americans when it comes to new COVID cases?
Yeah, I haven't looked at the numbers lately.
Yeah. We can't be that proud anymore. Stool, stop doing that. The hissing is enough.
Yeah, Robert X, I often have to make the distinctions between my biological family and my family. Of I like the quote that family are the people you choose to be with. Relatives are just an accident of birth.
You need to pull up the thing that Spooky typed as well. I think Stu will like that.
Oh, whoop! It moved on me as I clicked. There we go. Yep.
Stool, look at the screen.
Spooky.
I didn't know it took you that long to read that sentence.
Yeah, and Robert is talking about family-in-law, which reminds me of a rather good joke.
Stool, mute yourself.
Yeah,
I
you
thought
got to
you were
mute your mic if
professional.
you're crinkling the snack bags. Besides that, you're getting my kitty excited because he thinks that sounds like the crinkly tube of poking.
Okay, that's how it goes.
But yeah, that just reminded me about a joke about a man and his wife arguing, and his wife was saying, or the man was saying that you're always down on my family. Can't you for once say something nice about my family? And she thought for a moment and she said, well, okay, I have to give you that your in-laws are much nicer than my in-laws.
Well, the day before Christmas, a friend of mine caught me wearing a suit. And he said, what's up with you? Early Christmas, wearing a suit? I said, no, I just came from a funeral. And he said, oh dear. He said, who died? I said, my mother-in-law. And he said, but your mother-in-law was really healthy. What happened? I said, she caught her finger in between the door and the frame. And he said, but that's not lethal. And I said, no, but she screamed so hard we had to put her down.
Okay, I thought it was going to be something to the effect of how many miles they dragged her.
No. No, and then he before that, last week or something, he said, my mother-in-law is an angel. I said, you're in luck. Mine's still alive. I think we lost.
Jen has it. Jen has it. Stool is our Uncle Buck.
Yeah. Stool's having a mukbang again. Don't make me pull up video, Stool. I warn you.
Well,
Hi.
Rennie, you're welcome to come in anytime you want to. You've been hanging around here a long time. I know you're trustworthy.
Who are you letting in?
How did I get in?
Rennie and me.
Christy Santiago.
Christy someone was trustworthy.
Hi, honey.
Yeah,
Hi,
Rennie
hi.
and me was talking about getting some new sound equipment. What was that, Jenny? Were you waving at us for something?
Christy Santiago is in the audience.
Oh, hey, Christy.
Hi, Christy.
The lovely and oh so talented.
But
yeah, I've been so busy with the stream.
Is Bean there too?
Yeah, I didn't even get to watch the last Leah podcast yet. Well, we had 20 people when we started out with, so I really didn't have a chance to go and acknowledge everybody who was there. I'm sure I missed a few names. We have Joan back with us. Joan hasn't been around for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, her and Robert X and somebody else, was it Peter? We're talking all that foreign language stuff with all the extra consonants and umlauts and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is America.
Well, Robert
No.
X has been a regular for a long time, and that's I know if I try to do anything historical, Robert X is going to pin me to anything I miss.
Oh, is he a historian type person?
Yeah. Yeah, especially on World War II history. We've gone back and forth a number of times. So, and I have to say that he clearly knows a lot more about the subject than I do, so I have to make sure that I do a lot of fact checking if I do any more historical pieces. I can't be sloppy about it.
Well, the real winner of World War II was the people who had the government contracts.
Well, the big winner of World War II was U.S. industry, because after the rest of the world had been bombed to being useless, we had the only industry left, so everyone had to buy from us. Jen, apparently I missed your question. Jen was saying they had a question there that I missed. Question for Uncle Stool there, but I'm trying to scroll back and I'm not seeing the question. But like I say, my
Sorry.
brain's kind of fuzzy, so I'm not reading real well.
I'm multitasking. Give me a shout if somebody sexy asks me
I
a
see.
question.
And we've got Randolph joining us.
And Genesis coming pretty soon too, I think.
Yep, right there.
There he is.
Oh,
Hey.
hi. How's
She.
it going?
Hello.
I'm drunk. Fuck.
Okay,
How's
I got
everyone
fine.
doing?
Okay,
Happy Christmas
Stool.
and Merry New Year to all.
Stool,
Well,
here's your
We've all taken
Ginseng's
an oath.
question for you.
We all took an oath at the
Mhm.
beginning of the show that we're all going to behave in a dignified and honorable manner to pay homage to Purple and his great efforts for this last 2 days.
Oh, for Pete's
Oh, it's
sake.
been fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, Stool, there's a question for you.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this. Obviously, we have different rules, and in your country, you have to be over 21. In my country, you have to be 18. So I will buy beer for people inside chat who can prove that they're over 18.
And in my country, you have to be over 16.
Okay, yeah, actually, I'm not even sure what countries Jen is in.
Genesis is in Florida, USA, I believe.
Yeah, I'm in Florida.
No, Jen.
No, Jen's in the
Jen's
side
in?
chat there. And Randolph starts with the memes.
Oh, Jin Xiu. Probably, I would guess that looks like a Chinese name, possibly.
Yeah, well, that's I was thinking, but
Pacific Northwest.
it's hard to say anything by the name.
Yeah. Oh, they're in USA.
Okay.
PNW. Oh, that's Pacific Northwest. Okay. So I was wrong.
Okay. So somewhere
okay
up
with
there by
you.
Oregon or in that neighborhood.
Somewhere in Oregano? What? I didn't know oregano was a country.
No, but it'll get you busted if the cop's ignorant enough.
Somebody's got too much time on their hands.
Bro, I'm just trying to transport my spices.
I always like it when people get my jokes.
So, either of you get anything interesting for Christmas?
I don't even know. I think I'm getting a desk. That's pretty exciting, right?
Definitely useful.
Yeah, I'm tired of streaming from my bed. Like,
Oh, you look like I'm doing? Oh, God, that is so bad.
Well, I built the desk, but I have problems sitting in a normal chair, so I've got my recliner pulled up to the desk.
Who says I'm gonna be sitting in a chair? I want a standing desk. That
Ah.
shit is so good for your glutes. It's so good for your back muscles. I'm gonna be looking golden.
You know what? I have a client who years ago got those standing desks for all their staff in their offices. And for the first couple of weeks, they really liked them. But then after a while, everybody wanted stools that were high enough so they could sit at them. And then they wanted chairs again, so they switched back and forth. So make sure that what you get, you can adjust it to a chair level in case you don't feel like standing that day.
So I'm gonna be getting one of those desks that also has like shelves. So I might just put like, if I want to stand, I'm gonna put my laptop on the like top shelf. If I want to sit, I'll
Oh no,
put
they
it
can
on
be
the desk.
adjusted to move up and down.
Yep.
The whole desk.
Well, yeah, they
that's
have
like
those. But
too
those are
much effort,
pricey.
bro. That's too much effort. I can't be fucked.
Yep.
I'm health conscious but lazy. Is that a thing? That's probably a thing in California. I'm on the wrong coast.
Yeah. Sammy Jenkins is saying that those are really bad for your legs. And that was the thing I had always wondered about.
I spent my entire career on my feet. You really don't want to do that for
I
your
agree
life.
with Jenny here because I worked at a company for a couple of years that required that I stand a lot, and I was working on fixing things and building things and mostly computers, and the shelf was at a nice height and it was comfortable, but I have this problem with my calves where they can't get they've lost flexibility permanently because of that.
Yeah. Well, I've done a lot.
I wish if I could go back in time, I wished I demanded to have a stool to sit on.
See, my whole thing is I'm rigid as fuck already. So like I can't get any less rigid than I already am. I can't even touch my toes.
Well, you just need to learn to accept that people can't live the way you want them to.
Well, just with building stuff, I tend to do a lot of things that I was on my feet, with the power tools, the table saw and planer and such.
Excuse me.
So having rubber mats made a big difference, but still, my knees are basically shot at this point.
Knees, hips, ankles.
If you need a stool to sit on, there.
Spooky's got it.
Yeah.
There's
Spooky is referring to IKEA furniture.
I spent 40 years working on BMWs. There's a reason you don't see any old mechanics, because the body just wears out way longer before you retire.
I mean, I'm gonna become a welder. Does this bode badly for me as well? Like, am I gonna not be an old welder? Am I just gonna die before then?
Well, I don't know. I guess that's going to depend a lot on your environment. You're going to be welding, and if you're going to be some production line guy who's making the same 3-inch stitch weld or something for 50 years.
Hello, Christy.
But if you're building, large machines and stuff on site and having to move around and change your body positions a lot, you should be just fine.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like going into the shipyards and doing underwater welding.
Oh, that would be cool.
There's a misunderstanding.
That would keep you in shape.
Like my whole thing, right, is like, I mean, I have to go somewhere for like a long period of time to get certified as an underwater welder, right? But I'm getting certified as a just standard welder now. Work in the shipyards for a few years, get enough money, hike my ass over to get like certified in underwater welding. Boom. I got like fucking all the credentials, I can do anything.
Yeah, my brother was a Navy hull technician, so he learned underwater welding in the Navy. That if the ship had sprung a hole at sea, he was expected to go down under it and fix it.
Underwater welding makes a lot more money because nobody wants to do it.
Of course not. Especially here in Florida, we have giant 300-pound fish.
Well, yeah, but in
Mhm.
Florida, there's definitely a big market there for people who will go down and repair the boats.
Of course there is. That's why I'm gonna do it.
I was going to say you should come up to Manitowoc, Wisconsin, and build some of the new Navy contract littoral ships.
I don't know if I could handle the cold.
Well, we wear coats and stuff, boots, gloves.
Well, I keep
Takes
going
care of
back
it.
and forth with my cousin that lives down in Florida, and it's like, yeah, it gets cold up here. The good part to that is we don't have any cold-blooded predators that outweigh us.
The thing about
yes,
the,
we do.
the thing about Florida, right, is 40 degrees in Florida is not 40 degrees anywhere else because it's so freaking humid that like it's like an ice cold that will seep through anything. Doesn't matter how many layers you wear, doesn't matter what you wear, it's gonna seep through your clothes. It's like ice water.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, there's Dick.
And see, and those of us from up north here, there, hey,
I think Dick's helping his
couldn't
neighbor.
even imagine being in Florida with your heat and humidity nonstop. It would dry. Yeah, I would die. I would die.
It's literally just the humidity because it doesn't get insanely hot. I mean, it does get insanely hot for some people, but like it's just the humidity. Like it gets hot, but it's hotter because of humidity. It gets
See, we
Wait,
get
wait,
that
wait,
humidity.
wait a minute.
It comes directly up from there to here in the summer.
You have a problem with humidity, but you're talking about working underwater where it is by definition 100% humid.
I mean, working underwater is different than working in an atmosphere that is 90% water.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like
I just poking at you.
you
so
know,
what do you
like-
do? Stick, gas, TIG, MIG?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I was wondering what kind of welding you do. Stick, gas, MIG, or TIG?
Oh, currently I'm working, or currently I'm learning STIG welding, and then I'm gonna learn TIG, then MIG, then I'm gonna learn gas, and so I'm gonna be certified in like flat out everything.
Geez, I think they teach you MIG before TIG.
Probably. Like, I mean, I'm still on STIG, so like electro welders and like stingers, right?
Mhm.
So like
Yeah, I'm pretty
obviously
good with
like
this
because of COVID my classes haven't started yet. Unfortunate part of a pandemic, but like I'm excited because
Welding
like,
is such a cool thing to do. I love it. It's I didn't do it as full time, but it had to be part of my job. But every time I had the chance to weld, it was just a kick. I love. You're looking
Yeah.
through this mess and you're watching this steel, this harder than fucking rock substance turn to liquid, and then you're using this end of this machine, and you actually can push the liquid around this hot molten liquid with the power of the electricity, and it's just really wow.
it's
just cool.
it's really pretty. Like
Mhm.
that's one thing like you don't really like know just from watching videos of people welding or like random like knowledge about welding. You don't realize how pretty it is because like looking at molten metal is so freaking cool. I don't know. It's like a cool orange color that like I don't know. It's just cool. It's just cool. Welding's cool. Don't let people tell you that you have to get it. I'm going to be inspirational for a second. Purple Rhymes with Orange. I'm going to use this platform to tell people, hey, you don't have to go into college if you feel like you're not good enough for college, or maybe you tried college and it just wasn't right for you. Go into tech college. Go into a tech field.
I would definitely recommend the tech schools for a lot of people.
Tech. Hey, it's not as glamorous as a software engineering degree, which was what I was originally going into. But hey, welders make good money. Electricians are always needed.
There are
You could be a
welders
nurse.
that can clear $100 an hour.
That's the thing. Like, they've pushed this idea that everybody needs to go to college, and it's like, I'm not trying to be insulting, but just some people aren't cut out for college. Some people are not cut out for
I
those
found out
kinds of things, and it's like,
I found out the hard way that I wasn't good for college, and now I'm in debt.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in
that's
debt because of my mistake. If I
what
just went
Pirate
to
Kitty
tech
was
school,
talking about. It really has been the financial lending industry that has pushed the idea of everybody going to college because they're making money off of the loans.
but yeah, no, like, go to tech school. Like, honestly, you could be a nurse if you go to tech school. You can
Yep.
be an electrician. You could be a welder. You could be literally. There's so many different fields in tech school that you can go into. You could be a mechanic.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I knew that I couldn't afford college. I went to a computer tech for a year. In computer programming, but that was back in the early '80s. So my stuff is so outdated that's worthless at this point.
I mean, yeah, get a technical certificate in IT. You want to go into computers, go into IT. 1 year of college, boom, you're already hireable.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a fast way to get into a career path that doesn't pay McDonald's money.
Yep. Well, and it was a good thing because I also discovered it was not a job that I could do long term. So it's a good thing that I was not saddled with, debts that carried on for years and years.
Yeah, I'm gonna be paying off my debts for a long ass time. I owe like $5,000 to the government for my expensive education. I'm like, fuck, bro.
Yeah. Well, I came out of it owing a couple thousand, but I was able to pay it off after about 3 years.
Perp, I'm going to send you a Twitter DM for a picture
Sorry.
to share.
Okay.
What kind of interest rate are you on if it takes so long to pay off $2,000?
Actually, it was about 3,500 for me, and
Okay.
it's not really that the interest rate was that high. It was that the terms of it, the interest was low enough that there wasn't really a point in me paying it off early.
Oh, okay.
It was better for me to actually stretch it out.
Wow.
Well, where the fuck?
Well, it was a guaranteed student loan thing,
Yeah.
so the interest on it was only like 3%.
Okay.
Anyways, what I was saying was, don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you. If you're going to be a software engineer and find out, hey, I suck at literally doing college, be a welder. That's what I did.
Yep.
Be
Well,
yourself.
The other good thing about the tech jobs is that these are jobs that they can't be sending off to other countries. The people need to be there at a physical location most of the time.
For real. Yeah.
So it's a better job security in that sense.
And like, it's also just like, if you're someone who works with your hands, tech school is more practical. Like, not all tech school, like, not all like parts of tech school, right? Like, not every like avenue you go is going to be hands-on, but like by and large, a lot of tech school is hands-on stuff, right? Like,
Yep.
you know what you're doing. Like, you can feel it in your hands, you can look at it. It's stuff that's substantial. And if you're someone who's a visual learner or someone who's a doer, right? Like, you learn by doing, tech school is going to be a lot better for you than listening to boring ass lectures about music theory when you're trying to get a degree in software engineering, which is what I did. Right.
Well, and that's for me in the long run. I went through the computer programming. I wound up working as a computer operator for 3.5 years, and I was bored silly. No job satisfaction. So I wound up going back to what I had done before, which was doing home repairs and building trades. And I find that a lot more satisfying because at the end of the day, there is some physical object I can look at and say, I did that, I built that.
Yeah.
you know, and just to me, that's just so much greater job satisfaction than the abstract thing of any kind of office work.
I think
To be honest, Purple, I don't have physical things, but I can go to several channels and see, hey, I made that.
Well, yeah, because you have that artistic thing. You're creating art.
Okay, Perp, I sent you that thing.
Has anyone seen Stool, or did he fall asleep?
He's probably still around.
I don't know why you're trying to stir that pot of trouble.
Stool, wake up, you bastard.
Genesis, my doctors are making me give up welding. You know, I'm retired, so I'm not doing it every day anyways. But you know, I go home, hang with my brother, and I might want to do some sport welding. But they're telling me I can't do it anymore because they're going to install a defibrillator and in me, and the RF that comes off MIG, and especially TIG welding, could basically fry my heart.
So we have some very artistic welding here.
Okay, now, folks in the chat, this is probably very likely done by a robot, but there are lots of.
It's also not a real picture. It's HDR.
Okay, fine. The artistry. Look at the evenness of the welds, and that's how you really tell that it's a robot. But there are TIG welders who can do that by hand.
Yeah,
and the amount of skill and experience it takes to pull that off is just, it's amazing, and that's why these guys get what they get for the high end welding.
That's how they make the big money. If you can do that, that's when you can get money. Because not a robot, you can't apply a robot everywhere.
Nope, you sure can't.
Yeah, there's always going to be some situations a robot can't get into.
But that particular picture that was done in HDR. So the official picture was run through HDR, which makes the colors pop out. The colors aren't really real.
You know they are. HDR. All it does is take the a span of exposures in terms of light and dark, and takes the highlights from the one end and these shadows from the other end, and brings them into the ones in the middle.
Yeah, but you can also do that with colors.
Well,
I know because I've done it.
I spent a lot of years balancing color images in labs and stuff.
I've never had issues with HDR presenting colors differently than how I see.
Yeah, that's not what HDR does.
So I mean,
you can super saturate.
It depends on what you use. So I've got a certain piece of software that has different settings.
Yeah, you could achieve that effect with changing saturation, or in some, like they want to call, vibrancy. But HDR is not going to do that by itself. HDR is for exposure, detail.
I mean, you can play around with different levels on like contrast, saturation. You can edit a photo, but like unless you're going in and like digitally editing the welds, they're still pretty impressive welds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think that's like the point you were trying to make,
yeah.
right? Is that like regardless of the iridescent colors, which iridescence does happen when you heat metals to a certain point, but like obviously not to that level. But like, you know, the welds themselves and like the way they're structured, like it's pretty cool, you know. And like my whole thing is don't feel like you need to live up to the expectations of what your education presents, because I've had a very privileged and expensive education, right? But like I'm still going into tech school because tech school is a really important skill, and like it's something that is timeless and is always going to be needed, and is something that's easier for me. And so, you know, if you feel like you like ever have doubts about what you're doing in your life, you know, just do tech school. Like,
and even if you have your degree, if you're unhappy with being a lawyer, or for example, or in one guy's case, I'm thinking an oceanographer. You can go back to school and you can go become the hands-on. I'm going to say blue collar, just because we all know what we mean when we say that. Worker. And these some of these guys who are fucking engineers and stuff, and they go into the car business, for example. Boy, do they get good at it! If you can get a technician working on your car who also happens to have an engineering degree, you're going to have a really good mechanic. Ooh, that's pretty.
Oh, that's cool.
Boy, that's all out of welding. All the
Yeah.
scales.
Yeah, I
puddle.
couldn't really do art, but I can do a pretty decent job with a arc welder. Actually, when I couldn't afford one, I wound up building my own arc welder out of a transformer from a microwave.
I haven't done any welding, but lately I was cutting rebar just the other night on a live stream somewhere, and it put on quite the light show with all the sparks.
Yeah, one of the last jobs I had in New York before I moved back was basically welding an old pickup truck back together.
Oh, wow.
Our nation back in the 70s, early 70s, late 60s, early 70s, and it kind of continued on through most of the 70s, really made a big mistake when it started pushing high school students to plan their career to go into college automatically, and did it by really detracting from blue collar work and telling people it's, or implying to people that it's dirty and it's knuckle dragging, type of career and all this kind of stuff. We have this whole generation or two generations of kids who don't know how to do a fucking thing with their hands. And this goes for males and females. I don't care about gender with this. There's women who are incredibly competent mechanics and welders and heavy equipment operators and things. You can make really good money in blue collar work. You not just anyone can do plumbing correctly, and I'm thinking of new construction, not repair.
Oh, and these days with plastic pipe, the plumbing is so much easier.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I learned to do it when I had to solder all the copper pipe.
But the science of plumbing, if you have to be the person who's going to lay out that new house, to plan, the drop of each pipe so it drains properly and stuff, it takes a lot of fucking thinking, and you can't just go in there and start doing it. You have to plan out pretty well, and it takes mathematics, and it takes 3D visualization. You're not going to find a flat earther doing any of this.
Well, that's for most of 40 years. I made my living just doing home repairs and general renovation contracting. And most of my skills were self-taught. My dad was a carpenter, so I grew up with the tools always being around, but nobody really took the time to show me how to use them. I pretty much figured it out on my own.
There's a lot of parents now, they don't get their kids toys that you're building things like the Tonka set or the Meccano or things like that we had when I was a kid. And they're more it's more soft skills, like being on the computer, and sure, they're playing with Minecraft and things like that, which are good, but they don't give them that textile feel. So I think Jenny makes a good point.
Well, they're absolutely going to need the computer skills as well. That's I mean that's just a permanent part of our life now. But yeah, hand skills. Some guys wrote a book I read years ago. I can't remember the exact title, but the whole thing was just about our hands. How they work, how they're built, what they can and can't do, and the artistry of what they can accomplish. And I read the book, although not as good as I should have. I kind of skimmed it. And it's just
it's okay.
The human hand is just such a precious tool that every one of us has, and don't even begin to scratch the surface of what it can do.
Yeah, and there's quite a lot people can do with their feet too. There's people like they're born without arms, and they can use their feet almost like people use their hands.
Yeah, it's amazing the way some people have overcome disabilities like that.
Oh, check the private chat, Purple. There's some stuff there for you.
Our hands have like quite a lot of nerve
Thank you.
endings to them, right? And like those nerve endings really help us with like tactile feel. And I feel like a lot of a reason why some people are learners when they do something, like when they actually either build something or like use their hands, right? And they learn that way is because of the fact that, you know, we have so many nerve endings in our hands and like we're so reliant on our hands, right? And like, yeah, there are people who overcome this challenge with their feet, but that's still using an extremity to like, you know, touch something. Like we are very touchy feely creatures. And you know, it's interesting that like some people's like minds work better tactically than, you know, theoretically. And it's nothing to be ashamed about if instead of going down a path that like requires more theoretical thinking, if you go into like something that's more like tactile, like that's, you know, it's just how you work.
I guess I'm just bringing it up that, you know, if you're out there in the chat and you've got kids, and they want to go to college, great. That's fine. That's wonderful. Hope they make a great engineer or philosopher or whatever. But as they grow up, make them take on a hobby that makes them learn space, form, manipulation, materials. Give them a blue collar background as well as the white collar. Because if we end up with a society that fails, like they're talking about possible with climate change, there's nobody's going to survive who doesn't have these physical skills. You are going to die. You are not going to make it without all the conveniences, electricity and heat and all this shit. You're going to have to do it for yourself.
If I have the misfortune of being a mother, I'm buying a survivalist book. The best survivalist book. I don't care which one. I don't even know a single one. But like, I want to know what plants are safe to eat. I want to know how to survive like 8 days in the middle of a forest. You know, I'm gonna get the works. Because, you know, if little Timmy is going out to a nature trail in the Appalachians and he just happens to crash land in the middle of fuck all nowhere, he's going to be the one to survive.
I actually have a book that's it's fairly old, but it's basically like how to homestead, you know, like how to filter water from a river, you know, and how to preserve things and how to do all the things they used to do in like the 1600s. Yeah. No, that's way too far back.
I spent 20 years. Yeah, I spent 20 years developing concepts for a self-sufficient homestead. So I think if pressed to it, I could probably do it. But yeah, it would be a fuck of a lot of work, just the day-to-day grind of just surviving that way.
And Christy's comment that in the chat where she said carpentry is sexy, it is. I mean, you know, I don't know. Maybe this is just my own personal kink, but you know, there's sapiosexuals, people who are turned on by brains, and I admit to being that. But I'm also really turned on by people who can do amazing things with their hands, whether it's throwing a pot on a wheel or building a house from scratch.
Or renovating studio for True North Talk.
Yeah, it's a great
we're
skill
not
set.
experts, but we're trying.
It's a great skill set.
Oh, it's fun. It's enjoyable work. I feel like, in a way, you build something, you're contributing to the future in some way, hopefully in a positive way.
Randolph, I'm surprised you're not working on your deck or something. Speaking of carpentry.
Oh, the deck's been done a long time ago, but...
When did I miss this? Excuse you? You finished the deck without me being on live stream? I'm mad.
We're working on the west wall for the studio. That sounds very Game of Thrones, I know. and we're going to be just laying some cement at the corner, because what happened is the stuff that was there before that had rotted like crazy, and we just pulled down fairly easily, and that's all on a video on the True North Talk channel. There's the end of it was hanging over just a bunch of dirt, so I'm filling cement in there. That part was rotten too, of course, but it needs to be completely rebuilt. So we've built up the wall, and I just need to have the bit of cement at the end so that I can complete the wall, and we lift it all up at once. We don't have enough space behind it, so we have to put the vinyl siding on before we put the wall up. Otherwise, it's better to put the vinyl siding on after the wall's up. The rest of them won't be able to do it that way, and then get the roof up.
I was actually kind of wondering how you did that, about putting the vinyl siding on before you put the wall up.
Yeah, normally it's preferable not to do that, but there is a proper way to do that when you have when you're putting the wall up in a space where you won't be able to work on it once it's up on the outside, and that's why we have to do it in that order. I prefer not to, but it is what it is, right? So
well, then, so how did you attach the wall to the studs after the siding was on there?
No, we built the framing first. And then we put actual plywood on, not
okay.
ABS or wafer board.
Now I got you.
Not OSB or wafer board.
Sorry, I should have muted my mic.
But
That's
it's
How dare you? How
so
dare you
plywood on, and
sneeze?
then the vinyl siding. Well, the Tyvek wrap first, and then the vinyl siding. And I use screws rather than nails for most of that stuff. So
Yeah, I hardly ever use nails anymore. Everything's screws now that we got the cordless screwdrivers.
it holds better.
Yep.
But you got to use the proper screws that are galvanized properly.
Yeah, it's got to be the proper type for the job.
Fun fact about galvanized steel. It's very cheap to galvanize steel, but you better make sure you're working with galvanized steel or not before you weld it, because it could create nerve gas. And you don't want nerve gas going into your nostrils, because then you'll literally fucking go blind.
Yep.
Wow. Is that temporary or permanent?
It depends on the type of nerve gas.
The zinc plating does not react well with the heat that's involved with it.
So zinc is one of those materials that if you heat it up in any context, whether it's galvanized steel or just raw zinc, it's bad.
The same thing happens with if you're ever using brake clean parts cleaner that's a perchlorate based, and you spray it on something that's hot, it will instantly put out basically a nerve gas from World War I and kill you.
Jenny, can I show you something?
Sure.
Have a look. This is you.
Yeah, that's me.
This is you in HDR.
Yeah.
See how the colors come up?
Yeah, it took all the darkness, the detail that you don't see in the dark, and brought it out.
Yeah. So that's how that thing with the welding was done too.
Mm-hmm.
The colors are there, but not as vibrant.
Right. The reason HDR was developed is that because the I don't know what to talk about color gluts. The dynamic range of digital imagery is much less than that of film.
Yes.
It can only grab details from the middle of the visible spectrum, and all the detail that's in the shadows and the highlights out here gets lost. Yeah, you can expose for one, but you're not going to get the other. And so HDR, what that does, because you have multiple exposures at different settings, it can bring in the pieces and put them all together.
Yeah, it starts with taking 3 or more images of the exact same thing in different exposures, and you literally take the better parts from each exposure.
Yeah, I think it's one of the coolest things that about digital that you can do that.
If you do a lot of animal photography and you use HDR, you get amazing pictures. Really.
I can imagine. Yeah, that would be. Perp, I sent you like 4 more pictures, and then I'll get off this relatively boring subject.
Oh, that's okay. I was just trying to get everybody's links into the description.
Chat folks, when you see these pictures, ask yourself the question: how old are these car parts?
Car
Who the
parks?
fuck is messaging me?
Car parts.
Am I missing something? Car parks?
No, he's gonna share some photos.
Ah, okay.
Jesus Christ. Who's rage typing?
Yeah.
That's
Someone-
probably
Oh,
my
shit.
typing you're hearing.
I
Sorry about
ignored
that.
someone.
You
I
need,
did a
you,
bad.
need, you need noise reduction.
Okay,
It's
here
probably
we
my
go.
typing you're hearing.
All right,
I
this
ignored
is just
someone I
this is a
shouldn't
one
have.
barrel carburetor. Who can tell me how old that is?
Nah.
That's a rebuild, is what you were saying last time, wasn't
No,
it?
that's not a rebuild. That's a restoration.
Oh, restoration. Okay, that's right. Yeah, you corrected me last time on that too.
Yeah.
That's a 60-plus-year-old carburetor,
It looks like a new piece of equipment.
and
Yep.
it will function like a brand new one.
Identifying that it's a carburetor is the best I could have done.
Okay, next one is just another view of it, which shows the pretty parts. Oh, that's the same view.
Okay.
I uploaded twice
Scroll
accidentally.
down to the next one. Yep.
But
Oh.
every single nut, bolt, screw, lever, spring, everything is taken off clean by hand to be spotless, and then sent out for replating.
Theoretically, it's calling this steampunk.
Okay,
That's cool and obviously not a cheap process.
Oh no, it's not. Nothing cheap about it. This is an axle that is 65 years old. As you can see, it looks new. It's going to function as new.
Hell yeah.
A lot of work goes into this, though, doesn't it?
That axle took about, I'm going to guess around 20-25 hours to do.
Okay, and we got a gearbox.
There's a steering box. It's also about 50 years old. But that's what learning this shit can do. You know, you find out that stuff doesn't need to be thrown away. You can just fix it and make it better than new.
Yeah, that's something that has always bugged me. That they try to talk about being environmental and they say, reduce, reuse, recycle. Why isn't repair anywhere in there? Why isn't the idea of fixing something instead of throwing it out?
That's an excellent question.
I had to get a new transmission on my truck because the one I bought was previously a rental, so the renters probably drove the heck out of it, abused it. So the transmission failed one day, and so I had to get a new one. And I was looking at about $7,000 for a brand new one, which would come with a warranty, or $6,800 for a rebuild that had a much shorter warranty. I decided to go for the new one.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's just, I'm going to say.
Did you consider buying a used one out of a Bones Yard for less than half the price?
There were no used ones available.
Okay.
And then the problem is, they were usually maybe $1,500 less than a brand new one. So
they're not treating you very well on that.
It's just the market out here. It's the way it is.
Okay.
So, mine's a Suburban. So 2012
all right.
Suburban. 2012 Suburban. Yeah. So instead of a rebuilt, I just got a new transmission because the price difference, and so manufacturers giving me a 3-year warranty or X over how many hundreds of thousands of kilometers, whatever comes first, versus one that's only 1 year and much lower amount of kilometers. It's like, okay, I'm going for the longer one for $200 more. It's totally worth it.
Do you people know that you can rebuild a battery, a car battery?
I didn't know that, but I would have to say I'm not entirely surprised.
Now, it's not your average home do-it-yourselfer is not going to do this because you're not going to be able to source the parts and things like that. Mm-hmm. But we were able to do that in our shop. That you get a car that has an original battery that looks different than what you buy today. It's an old battery. It's an original. if you can open it up, you can replace the plates and have a new battery inside an old case, and put it in this old restored car.
Nice. Hey, what are your thoughts on these? I saw something advertised for about $8,000. They can convert the Suburban that I have from to electric.
Oh, you've asked me this before.
Oh, okay.
It's not practical.
Still not practical. Okay.
No, not at all, and it never will be.
Yeah, and
The
that's what I'm
cost-
hearing from most people.
The
Yeah.
cost of electric vehicles has come down so much so rapidly, and the quality of them has gone up so fast, so high, that it just do-it-yourselfers just, unless you're doing it for a hobby and pleasure, it's not worth it economically.
Yeah, this is a new perspective you're giving me now, which is great. The prices are coming down fast. I remember hearing Tesla's talking about making a low cost model of their vehicles now.
That would be a good thing.
The whole thing with like going back to why repair isn't talked about and reduce, reuse, recycle, it's like most of these parts are machine made, right? So you'll have like factory produced, like mass produced items, right? And like this is why repairs cost more than just replacing the thing, is because like a machine can make these parts cheaper and faster than any human can, right? And then you'll have like, yeah, you can repair a battery. You can repair a battery. At the same time, though, it's always going to be cheaper to just buy a machine-made one because it's factory built. It's right off the line, and so it is kind of sad. Like, and I'm going off of what Amy said. It is kind of sad that like we don't care about repairing things as much, but like the end product is usually not worth as much as the time it would take fixing it.
Well, if you bring it down to just an argument of cost, you're absolutely correct. But materials, that's and you can recycle this transmission and melt every part down and make new stuff, but carbon footprint of that versus carbon footprint of just fixing something that already exists, it's more than just cost. And I understand people
it's
rejecting
ecologically
that.
more conscious, right? I won't disagree with you. Ecologically, it's more effective to repair something than to replace it. But the amount of man hours, quote unquote, to put into repairing something isn't typically worth what the thing is.
Yeah, and I won't disagree with that at all either. You're completely correct.
And I see in the cell phone industry that there's this whole idea of things being disposable rather than upgradable or repairable is a big problem. It's very wasteful, and Apple, I think, is one of the worst offenders in this. It's designed obsolescence. It's designed into it. They did one thing with the power cables not too long ago. They had people were making third-party power charging cables for the iPhone. And then one day there's an update added to the iPhones which changes something in the hardware, that it now checks for a little microchip that Apple puts in its power cables, but nobody else does. So suddenly all those other power cables don't work.
That chip is the regulation of the lithium battery charging.
Well, but it wasn't used before. So
yes, it was. It's been in that connector all along.
The third-party cables were working just fine. Like one of my vendors was selling.
No, they weren't. They were blowing up batteries.
One of my vendors was selling. All my vendors were selling thousands and thousands of these. And then when this update came through, they had tens of thousands of these things sitting around in boxes that they just had to throw out. They couldn't get the money back.
I know what Jenny's saying because I have the same issue with power tool batteries.
Yeah.
That third-party manufacturers have tried to be making power tool batteries for name brands.
Yeah.
And the problem is that if they don't have the sensor chips to sense when the battery is full, it doesn't stop the charger, and they will overcharge sometimes even to the point where the batteries will flame.
I'm just talking about a simple USB cable. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about
No,
any charging units or
And
anything
I'm
like
saying in the cell phones, they put that chip in the cable to sense when the battery is fully charged so that
Yeah.
the cable stops sending power.
You could just as easily make sure that the device itself can recognize when it's fully charged. But
The
like,
chip should be in the
I
device,
have
not
to,
a cable. Yeah.
I have to agree with what Randolph is saying to the point where like Apple purposefully makes their devices disposable, because if you
Yeah.
break your device and you go and get it fixed, not replaced at an Apple store, but fixed at a third party store, your warranty is gone, right?
Oh yeah. No, I'm
Like,
not
and I
defending
understand.
Apple.
I understand where Apple's coming from. Like, well, if whoever fixes your phone breaks it, we can't be responsible for that. Then sure, yeah, that's not the issue though. The issue though is you won't repair my phone. I'm sorry, I'm coughing a lot. You won't repair my phone. You'll just replace it, and it goes back to the whole thing of because it's cheaper to make a phone than it is to repair a phone.
But they take that phone from you then, and they do repair it and put it out into the reman market or to into other world markets that are a few generations behind us on the sophistication of cell equipment and stuff.
Virtually every cell phone I've ever owned, I bought a refurbished one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one I have right now is the first one I ever bought that wasn't.
See, I just have a shitty T-Mobile phone, like, and I'm fine with that.
I have the cheapest bottom of the line iPhone. I'm not going to go spend $1,000 on a fucking phone. That's insane.
I fully agree with that. I recently bought this thing, also secondhand, to do my photo my OBS with. Oh, sorry.
There's a pad of some sort.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Little tablet that allows
I get a phone, I try to get a really good one
OBS
and then run it for as long as I possibly can. Fewest number of apps on it, so I can get the most out of it for as long as possible. I don't.
Yeah, that's same with me. I wound up replacing my phone this year, not because I wanted to replace it, but because mine was so old that as they put in the 5G network, the network was no longer going to support the phone I had.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was perfectly happy with the one I had. I would have kept using it for another 2-3 years at least.
And by the way, for those who may be interested, Apple was the first computer company that established recycling guidelines for all of its products.
Oh, that's good.
And that was 15 years or more ago.
5G. Just speaking of that, I saw something tonight or last night on YouTube about anti-maskers also protesting against 5G stuff now.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, so I hate people who are anti 5G because they'll say shit like it makes you gay, it makes you trans. 5G will literally steal your eggs and call your mother an F word. Like, I don't. That's not even remotely what 5G is. You don't know what 5G causes coronavirus. No, it doesn't. It doesn't cause coronavirus. You guys are fucking morons.
Oh, at least they're not blaming China anymore.
And besides, 3G made me trans, not 5G.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Lion King made me a furry, okay? So I think I have authority to talk on everything here.
So they team up. So the anti-maskers have teamed up with the anti-5Gers and the anti-vaxxers and the Trump supporters.
No, they're all the same thing. They're all the same thing. You're saying they teamed up. They're all the same thing. Like all of these conclaves of people boil down to the same, like uneducated, like cretins, right? It's all the same creature.
How many do you think are flat earthers, though?
I'd say at least 37%.
Randolph,
a specific number. That's a real good point.
Randolph, have you seen the Dutch protesting that they can't wear a mask?
You showed that. That looked so creepy. Yeah. You showed a video of them walking through the streets. That was eerie.
Are those idiots? Or
Like,
is
if they're anti-maskers, why are they wearing masks?
Yes.
God,
Exactly. Oh, and by the way,
this looks
Jenny,
like a thing out of a Doctor Who
To
episode.
be fair, I
Yeah,
enjoy this form of protest more than I enjoy a Proud Boy showing up with a shotgun to a gay
Yeah.
pride.
Jenny,
parade.
as long as it
I don't
is
think
full
either one's very
screen.
enjoyable.
As long as it's full screen. So, oh, why is that? Oh, wait.
You got the video, Peter?
No, so this is normal, and that's HDR.
Mm-hmm. Once again, it's pulling the shadow detail out, and
Yeah.
it's pulling the detail from the highlights.
And I made that one while it was sitting on my arm, which is kind of cool.
That's a great shot.
You
I
can
love
sort
Eagles.
of do that with Photoshop.
And fun fact, you see the little down feather that sticks out of the wing?
Mm-hmm.
About 10 minutes later, that was on my sunglasses. It got stuck in my sunglasses while it flew off, which
Cool.
is kind of cool.
Left you a little souvenir.
Yeah. Okay. Take me back.
You don't have the video of those guys walking through to share?
Yeah, I have those on the other computer, and I still haven't figured out how I can add a Windows 7 laptop to a Windows 10 network. So need some help with that sometime.
You need to dumb down the security and you'll be okay.
Well, so Windows 10 asks me for a password, and Windows 7 doesn't give the option to add a password. So
Well,
I'm fucked.
Windows 7 uses version 2 of the protocol, and Windows 10 is using version 3 and shuts off version 2 by default, I think.
There was a way. I was actually running Windows 10 without a password for over a year.
Mhm.
And then I had a problem and got my computer fixed, and then I had to set up an account and have a password. So there is some setting that you can do it without a password.
Yeah, if you want to do local account when you're setting up Windows 10, do it with the network cable unplugged. Otherwise, it will force you to set up a Microsoft account and you'll be screwed. And you won't have any privacy. But if you're able to do it as a local account, and then after you've logged in, you can plug in your network cable and get all your updates and you'll be fine. That's the trick.
That's the trick. Well, that's good to know before I get the new computer assembled.
Yep. So
So I've got to
that
install
doesn't
the
help me.
operating system without having the internet connection.
yeah,
That-
only
that
plug in your
helps me
internet
much.
after your account is set up and after you've logged in with it.
If I ever build a computer, I'm just going to use mine.
install everything again, because that took me 3-4 days and just 2 days to get After Effects, everything on of After Effects, and I still don't have everything on there.
Well, there's a security setting you can change that will allow older systems to connect, and then you should be okay. In the network sharing center somewhere. That whole thing is such a.
If you can find that
Garbage.
setting for me, I would be really grateful, because
I'll try to give you a hand with it in the coming days, okay?
Okay.
No problem. I'd be happy to help.
Because
Okay, somebody says they'll take the Pfizer vaccination because they also make Viagra. If they can raise the dead, they can protect the living too. Jin Xiu. Very good.
That was excellent.
We need Mikey's scoreboard. Someone open OBS. I'm
Speaking
can't.
of Mikey,
Oh, Mike,
Mikey's here.
Mikey,
Mikey.
I'm so sorry
there
I
he
didn't
is.
get back
Mikey.
to Discord. I didn't know that you were messaging me because I was drunk off my ass. I'm still drunk off my ass. How's it going, buddy?
we got Mikey and Doc Fearsome joining us.
Mikey is
Hey.
for those who don't know him, is one of the biggest sweethearts on the internet.
Yeah, I'm going to be going for a good while here. If you guys want to come in, if you didn't see a password in one of the Twitter groups already, I can send you one.
You'll get Mikey in here. He needs to give a scoreboard up.
Oh yeah, it's always good to have Mikey in here.
Yeah, Mikey, come on in.
Mikey is producer extraordinaire. Mikey is my favorite. I shouldn't say that because I have multiple favorite people. He's one of my favorite people.
He's a sapiosexual's dream.
I'll better say nothing. I'd probably be best.
Oh,
Mikey's
God,
been
I'm
running.
fucking drunk. I'm gonna die tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be dead.
Okay, Mikey, I sent you the stream key. Doc, if you go to the America chats, the stream key's already in there.
Mikey, you're not a distraction. There's no plan here.
Oh, Mikey is such a good producer. Just having him in the room improves the quality of my stream.
It gets that cool factor. You know that thing in cinema where it's the cool factor? Mikey is the cool factor.
Oh, and chat and everybody in the panel, thanks for letting me, or for putting up with my small divergence to technical bullshit.
Oh, that's
But
okay.
You get me going on tech stuff, and
It was a good distraction.
it's hard to
It's
stop.
not okay. Gosh, how dare you? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, and in the side chat, GeoSam said the same thing that you said, Randolph, about if I installed Windows without the internet connection created.
Yeah, and then that way it will give you an option to do local. Otherwise, it's going to run you around and make it pretty much impossible without a Microsoft account. So if you have a Microsoft account, every time you log in, it's going to notify Microsoft. It's going to call home. And if you have a local account, it doesn't do that.
Yeah, and that's I don't
still
like the
calls
spyware
me.
there. And for me, this is a desktop computer. It's not a portable machine. It's never going to be leaving my apartment. So unless somebody is physically in my apartment, they're not going to be able to access it. So I
Well,
don't
part of the
need a
problem is if it
password.
can't connect. What I've also seen in the field is if somebody's trying to get on to their computer and they don't have internet access for an extended period of time, eventually it won't let them log in with their Microsoft registered account because there's no local account. So it even locks them out of their own computer just because they're not on the internet. It's ridiculous.
That really is stupid.
Yep. So I've switched to Linux and I don't have all these problems anymore.
I'm genuinely thinking if I ever build a PC, I'm going to run Linux because it's going to be so much better than having to deal with either iOS or Windows.
Well,
And you can always virtualize those ones if you want to. So you
Yeah,
can run
I mean,
them
that's
through
what I would
Windows.
do. I would run a virtual machine on my laptop, or on my PC, and then I'd be fine.
You can run on a PC a virtual
So let
Mac
Linux
OS.
be the host, but the others where they belong in their own little sandboxes.
Plus, if anyone ever hacks me, they'd be hacking a virtual machine, and I could just who fucking cares if they hack my virtual machine?
As long as they don't send bomb threats to the RCMP or your local police, you're okay.
I already do that on my own. They don't need to do that.
Hey, read us your latest bomb threat. This should be good.
Okay. Chief of Police of Tampa, Florida, please send all of your nudes to insert address here. Otherwise, I'm going to bomb the Kremlin. Okay, there we go.
Thank you, Amy. I wouldn't be putting those words together in one sentence right now. Innocent is listening probably pretty closely.
And Mikey's worried about being a distraction here. Uh-huh.
Purple, check your DMs on Twitter.
Yeah, Amy said she had to go and get her kid to bed.
Oh,
thank you, Amy.
Bye, Amy. I mean, you're already gone. But bye. It's
Okay,
nice meeting you.
What was that, Peter? Did you say you sent me something?
Yeah, check your DMs. That's it. Why is Stu not back? Has he fallen asleep?
He's fallen asleep.
Usually he gets off when he's tired, but
he's finishing typing up my bomb threats for me.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Got any more?
Chief of Police of Tampa, Florida. I'm not actually going to bomb the Kremlin. That was a joke. This is me joking.
Yeah. Yeah, we know it's a joke.
The chief of police of Tampa doesn't know that. Or does he?
Phrasing. There's an Archer reference. Robert X is hilarious. They're all funny. There's so much fun in the chat.
Hey, people in chat, the link to the stream is insert direction of where you could find the link now.
Oh, I'll put the link to the stream in there right now. StreamYard link. Here we go. There we go. I put join us if you dare. See if anybody bites.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
StreamYard is nice about that, but even with the link, nobody can actually say anything publicly if I don't click them in.
Spooky, stop
you
recording.
should
the
highlight
stream.
Spooky Bedhair's comment.
Hey.
Hey, Boundless Scummer came in.
Cummer.
Hello.
How you doing, Jeff?
How was
Yeah,
Geoff
not too
tonight?
He's good. It's it's good old Boxing Day here in the UK now. So
Oh,
I noticed your eyes are made out of the same material as Rudy Giuliani's hair.
Ooh.
Good job, Spooky. That'll teach us a lesson.
Oh man,
Oh,
made a really
I
good-
know. With my search history, I already know I'm on a watch list. Actually, in New York, I actually got questioned.
Question for what?
Apparently for suspicion of making meth.
What
because-
the fuck does that mean?
Well, because of my bad sinuses, I have to be on more pseudoephedrine than you can legally buy without a prescription.
Oh,
And I was buying industrial grade ammonia for a refrigeration system. So they put those two together and decided I had a meth lab.
I had something similar. My house in town doesn't have the attic insulated, so in winter all the other houses had snow on their roof, and mine hadn't. So the police raided my house because they thought I was growing weed in my attic.
Yeah.
It happens.
How long did that take to deal with?
Snow on the roof. That's a weed house. Get them, boys.
Yeah.
You know what we talk about.
It was fun though, because Dutch police isn't that threatening. They stand outside and ask you to open the door. They don't bust it in like
They do
they
that here
do
in
in the
Canada
US.
too.
See, in Florida, they take a battering ram made of alligators and ram it into your door until it opens up.
No,
They make them out of alligators.
I opened the door and I said, "I'll let one of you in, and the rest can wait outside," and that worked.
Well, see, okay, this is where I really realized what white privilege was.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Yeah. Was that because I looked like a typical middle-aged white guy, yeah, I just had a pleasant conversation with the police. I'm sure if my skin had been several tones darker, I probably would have been down at the station answering those questions.
Yeah,
That's sad. It
that
shouldn't be
really
like that.
gets me. That doesn't happen here. The fact that it happens in other countries still bugs me.
Yeah.
It's extremely rare here in Canada.
Well, are there any like Dutch people who are like a shade darker than white? I feel like there's a reason.
If you're not entirely aware, the Netherlands has land in the tropics. We used to have Suriname, but we still have Bonaire and a couple of more islands.
I've known a number of Dutch nationals who are
so-
very dark skinned.
We have a lot of black Dutch people.
I didn't realize
I was-
that. That's pretty
I
cool.
was actually going to say, go and look at the Dutch soccer team over the last sort of 30 or 40 years.
I don't
You'll-
pay
you'll get
attention to
answers that
soccer.
question.
Yeah, the good
You're
players.
asking me to pay attention to soccer. I don't even pay attention to like.
The good players are all black.
Well, in the winter, when I lose my tan, I've got the Scandinavian skin tone. That if I stand in front of a snowbank, you won't see me.
Bro, I haven't been outside in so long. My skin has turned ghostly white.
Oh, hey, Mikey's coming in.
But
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, Mikey.
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 When you're looking at
Yo.
Pearl from the side, the only way you can see
Look
him
at
is
Mikey
if he
here
sticks out his
drinking.
tongue.
Catch you guys later. Bye bye.
Okay, we'll catch
Bye,
you later.
Peter.
Yo, look at Mikey here
Mikey!
drinking that green screen water.
Hi, Mikey.
Hi, Jen. How are you? And Jen,
I'm
how are
drunk
you?
as shit. I'm drunk as shit, boy.
Yeah, I know. Jen, Genesis carried on her leg of the marathon and immediately ignored the chat for the entire time. And I tried for like a half an hour to like, hey, can I
I'm
get a link?
sorry.
Can I
I'm so
get it?
sorry. I didn't
were-
mean. The
they
link
were-
was in the description down below. You should have known.
It wasn't though,
Yes, it was. Yes, it fucking was.
but it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it was a link to your Twitter and a link to the next person.
Well, you may
There
have
was no
needed
link to
both.
actually get in.
There
And I
was a
like,
link to get it. Wait, are you fucking with me? Hold
oh,
on.
no.
YouTube description doesn't update automatically. You have to reload to get the updated one.
Fucking kidding me? That's so dog
I was
shit.
like, can I get a link?
Bro,
Anybody
that's so
want to
dog
link
shit.
me? Can I get a link? And you just never looked at the chat.
Okay, blame Stool, because Stool's not here to defend himself. Stool should have been on this shit. Spooky bed hair, I forgive you, but Stool's not here to defend himself, so blame Stool.
I added everybody who was on the panel. Like, can someone please get Jen to look at the chat? And you guys all ignored
I
me
was
because
drunk as shit.
you guys
I
were
was
all
so drunk as
blaring.
shit.
Technically, Stool is still in here. It's just a matter of if he's fallen asleep.
Oh, he's definitely asleep.
So somebody was commenting earlier. I think it might have been theoretically. It would be interesting to see a stream where everybody just slept the whole time.
There's people that do like the 24-hour jams. They do that. That's not my jam.
Oh, really?
Yep.
But hi, Randolph. Hi,
Mine
Purple.
either.
Jeff, what's up? How are y'all?
Remember when there was that big trend on Twitch of everyone like going to sleep and they set their they set their stream to like
Super chats.
they set their super chats to like let them play whatever sound they wanted, and like they would wake up and it was like, haha, funny, that woke up, we ruined their night of sleep. And it's like, what the fuck, bro? Why would you subject yourself to this?
Well, they got the viewers got really clever because they would have like that. They would like an animatronic like robot voice would read the message and be like, "Hey Alexa, buy 10 iPhone 12s." And they're like, "No, no, no, no!" It's like kick up out of bed.
Yeah, that'd get me out of bed. That's fucking dog shit.
Bro, don't order $10,000 worth of stuff. Please.
Oh, that's right. Yours was a broken link. Shoot.
My fucking heartburn is killing me. I'm like 4 beers in and a vodka, or not a vodka, a Jack Daniels and Dr. Pepper in.
Well, why don't you stop drinking if it's eating your stomach away?
I'm Floridian. Drinking is my religion. It wasn't that a meme for a while? I think that was a meme.
You could drink
I'm gonna have to get
water all
going. It's gotten way too late for me. It's just it's almost 0200 hours here.
Oh, using
Okay.
military time, I see.
Yeah, I've called
Okay,
I've been
Randall.
calling it metric time lately.
Well, thanks for coming in. As always, thanks for sharing your memes. Always some good laughs.
Yeah, it's always been a lot of fun. It's good to see all of you. Happy Christmas and Merry New Year to you all.
Yeah, all that rot.
Take care, guys.
Yep.
It's here right now.
Bye-bye.
You, Randolph.
All right. Coincidentally enough, I only have a few minutes because I got to get the young mistress off to work, and then I'm going to bed because I have to be at work at 10. So how did your marathon go?
Well, This
Purple.
is the wrap up for it. Overall, it went well. Seems that we only ran into 2 problems with it, so
I was one of them. I apologize once again for my dog shittiness. Like, I don't know how to stream. I use OBS, okay? I don't use StreamYards. What StreamYards? What is that? That smells like broke.
StreamYards is actually pretty streamlined. It's nice.
Yeah, but like I didn't realize, when you make a broadcast on StreamYards, it fucked with the if you're streaming on OBS and streaming on StreamYards, it's fucking nightmarish.
No, you have to do one or the other.
I accidentally did both.
Yeah, that will create a problem.
Yeah, I had a never-ending stream that nobody was talking in, and I had the real stream.
Oh no!
yeah, you're not that.
He's got a pitchfork and a Santa hat.
Satan Claus.
Well, got all the bases covered then, huh?
Hey, look, if Satan's not coming down your chimney to deliver you good cheer, I don't know what's wrong with you.
When you say coming down your chimp, never mind. I'll leave it.
It means exactly what you think.
It's not wrong. It's where all the streams go to die.
I heard 1,000 streams cry out and then were suddenly silenced.
No, that would be if you try to stream from Restream.
Yo, I was trying to join the Restream stream and I couldn't stream I couldn't join the Restream stream.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. That is a. I mean, Restream is great for like chat and things like that, and like
that was a Lone
putting it on
Wanderer
multiple-
stream, right? The Lone Wanderer used Restream, and I was trying to join the Restream stream, and I couldn't stream the Restream stream.
Yeah,
This wasn't happening.
I've never tried to run Restream. I've been in Restream when Stool was running it.
Look, I just use OBS, bro. Like, it's the best.
Well,
it's the best
StreamYards is
video
very
game.
simple, and that's what I need.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
also, my YouTube account is broken and will not cooperate with OBS, so I'm kind of stuck with StreamYard on that regard.
I still trying to figure out OBS. I'm sort of had to play around with it a few times, but I think I'm pretty much technically useless anyway. So
it's easy once you get a primer. So just let me know when you have time, and I can walk you through it. It's stupid, but just take notes, and it's easy. I need to make a video of it. I just need to make a video.
There's actually something wrong with my YouTube account. I've had 4 people look at it who were all pretty technically savvy, but for some reason my YouTube account will not pass a stream key to OBS.
So you have to set up
just copy it. You just copy it and paste it.
It won't let me.
So like YouTube has this new dog shit thing where like you have to schedule a live stream before you can even get your stream key, which I think is dumb because before what you had to do was you just had to get your stream key and then you had to put in OBS. Now you have to schedule a live stream. You get the very specific stream key for. That's what I had to do.
Well, yeah, they did change something, and I've been wondering, I should try OBS with that again, because I wonder if that would change the problem I had with it.
This isn't a paid promotion, but I would highly recommend all of you guys use Restream for that simple reason, so that you can go off of Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, Twitch, and everything all at the same time. And as long as you can connect your YouTube to Restream, they provide a stream key for you. And then that will go out to all the platforms that you decide that you want them to go to, and easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah,
copy and paste, and then it'll go out to all of those.
I'm not even interested in doing multiple platforms. I'm just using YouTube for streaming.
Okay, I'm just going to be streaming on Twitch.
Then for your Restream account, only apply your YouTube to it, and now you've found the workaround that you've been looking for. and it's free to have an account. So
Like,
Well,
Twitch,
I've got the
Twitch
paid
is
version
good.
of StreamYards for a year, so
Twitch is good for streaming. Okay, you want to stream on Twitch. Like, it's fucking easy. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use Twitch.
well, like I say, StreamYards is really easy. You know, it's fairly basic. Yeah, I don't have all of the bells and whistles, but I got the paid version. I can have 10 people in the chat. I think more than 10 people isn't really manageable anyway. The one thing that I wish that StreamYard would put in is basically some function for people to like raise their hand so the moderator could see who wants to talk next.
Yeah, that would be one thing they could actually do to improve StreamYard a lot.
Yeah, so we wouldn't have 3 people trying to talk at the same
gotta-
time so much.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, it's like with Meets and Zoom or whatever. It's quite easy to sort of put your, you just put your hand up thing. So
No,
Well,
I think what StreamYards needs is a gladiatorial death battle to see who gets to talk.
there it is. I was like,
You'll put all 3 people in a gladiator ring, see who comes out on top. They get to speak. The other 2 fucking dead.
less
that
and less
tends to
people.
cut down on the back and forth conversations.
Jen,
Let
would you do me a
Peter
favor? Let me send you DMs on Twitter.
Can you not send me DMs on Twitter?
You gotta follow.
No,
her back.
I can't. You got to follow me back.
Hold on.
I had to do that today.
3
because-
people are following. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
See how Jen
on.
is? She's so exclusive now.
Hold on. Wait, no, I don't even got a follow request from you. What? I mean, not request. Follow notification.
Bonzoikes of MN.
Just fucking put it in the private chat so I can follow you because I can barely see.
Oh, okay.
It's a miracle that I am still here.
No, I'll put it in the private chat. I didn't think of that.
I'm dying. My kidney has given up and my liver is crying. What is it crying? You don't know. I don't know, but it's good.
They don't really care.
You don't need to verify them first.
You just need it.
So how was everyone's Christmas?
I try to play video games and I just started.
Well, I did my main thing on the winter solstice Monday night, and that was good.
Okay, it's
But,
in the it's in the side chat here or private
Yeah,
chat.
I'm searching you up. How did I not get a notification of you following me? What the fuck is this shit? I follow literally everyone back because I'm a sheep.
I just sent it to you a couple moments ago.
Okay.
Twitter's probably got a delay.
Oh, Mikey, you weren't even following me. How dare you, Mikey? How aggressive hand motion.
Ready to and someone dragged me out of my house that I'm going to do it for Christmas dinner. You're going to have nothing. No one so I didn't say anything, but you got me out of the house that day. I'm just like, all right.
Oh, I'm dying. I'm literally dying.
Yeah. Okay, we're getting pretty quiet here.
yeah,
Yeah, everybody's kind of running down. I was trying to answer
Yes,
some
sir.
stuff.
I'm somewhat nursing a hangover at the moment, so
All right,
I wish.
I'll get some conversation going. Anybody who does not play PUBG is just a completely inadequate person and shouldn't be allowed on the internet.
Okay, I'm
only
shutting
play-
down now because I don't even know what you're talking about.
I only play one first-person shooter, and that's Team Fortress 2. If you don't play Team Fortress 2, you're a fucking scrubbo. You're a scrub lord. You're a...
Okay. I have played exactly 0 online games in the last 10 years.
I think Team Fortress 2 is older than 10 years.
Okay, it's still not one I ever played, but yeah, the point is I don't do online gaming, period. You know, I've got like a couple of old arcade games that I poke with occasionally, and that's it.
Scrub Lord.
Scrabloid?
Scrub Lord.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what a scrub is?
Nope.
It's a noob, a newbie.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I actually said that because I thought I'd get Mikey going, but I see that that's just a still picture of Mikey.
I am debating whether to treat myself to a PS5 or not in the new year, but if I can afford it.
Okay, Jenny, how did you kick them off the net?
I have no idea how I could possibly do that.
Yo, is there gonna be some YouTube beef? Come on, invite them on the show.
Jinzu, what did I do that caused that?
Quite honestly, I have been very grateful for people avoiding drama on my channel. I don't deal well with drama, so I am thankful to the people who have stepped away from it. Oh, okay.
Well, you need to reform and start playing it then.
I gotta use the restroom. I'm gonna mute.
Mikey's being a deity again.
Oh.
3 heads are better than 1.
Well, yeah, come on, you can't get enough Mikey, you know. You just can't.
He's looks like a Hindu god there.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely what he's going for. Yeah, unfortunately, the reason I didn't play online games is I tried playing a few, and there are just far too many assholes in them.
Yeah.
You know, so I only want to play games with friends. I don't want to play games with random assholes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've gotten to know a few people who I'll squad with and that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, and I know some people have, developed excellent friendships that way, and, groups of people who have never seen each other in real life that have become really solid friends.
I play PUBG. The only reason I play PUBG is I learned about the game by chance running into people who play it on Twitch. And so I watched it, and there was this young woman who was playing it, and I became one of her followers, and I just kind of enjoyed it, and I got to know this group of people, and blah, blah, blah. And then it came out on mobile.
We have the Lone Wanderer with us.
And I started playing it because I could afford it because it was free. And I had the device that would run it. So I started playing, and I've been playing ever since, and I like it, and I don't know if I would play any other games. I've never been a gamer.
I definitely echo the Lone Wanderer's sentiment there. I think I just yourself Purple. Everybody sort of took, everyone who's involved putting this thing together. This is really good.
Yeah, I really appreciate everybody who stepped up to help out. Everybody who
I kind of feel guilty that I didn't sort of participate in hosting a stream now, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to or not. So, but
to all the ladies, gentlemen, to all the ladies, gentlemen, and NBs out there who made it this far, I'm sorry that my stream was 20 minutes late and like an hour and a half overtime. So I'm sorry. I'm shit.
I fell asleep during one show for a while. I don't remember whose it was. And I completely missed Dallas Wade's show, but we weren't able to get together to get a link from him to begin with, so I was able to watch from the chat for a little of the beginning of it.
Yeah, well, I wound up sleeping through.
But I hear that I'm probably glad that I didn't make the show.
Yeah, I wound up sleeping through Lone Wanderers. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see that.
Yeah, and I overslept for hers, which is really disappointing because it was going to be her and I doing the show, and when by the time I got there, the show was practically over.
Yeah.
And then the link she gave me, it wouldn't work, and because Restream was being such a bitch, and I feel so guilty alone.
I don't think anyone had the trouble getting into a stream that I had last night though with Jen's.
I know you were having some issues there. I think.
Yeah, it was because she was going to run me through like Discord and the voice in the background, and then I hate Discord. I mean, I hate Discord anyway. Then I was trying to log in get on my laptop, and it took me half an hour to get into my damn account on my laptop on Discord. Well, I finally got in to join it. Then suddenly there was this great big echo. I'm hearing it twice, and I didn't quite understand why. Because
you should have heard it from this end, Jeff. It was just the worst audio interference I've ever heard in my life.
I got it full blast. I was getting the echo full blast myself. I sort of shut Discord down, but then for some reason it must have been running somewhere else or something. It's just probably where I had the echo. Because I was bloody cutting Discord out, and then I heard Jed in my ear saying, "They can hear you, Jeff." I was like, "Damn, I don't seem to have Discord." So I just ended up just disinstalling it. I just got Discord off my laptop altogether. I fucking hate the thing.
And anyways, I just wanted to sum up. So I didn't achieve my 36 hours of nonstop on YouTube, but I learned some important lessons. One is I'm too old to do that kind of shit, and two, I'm really way too old to do that kind of shit. So
I just realized it's 5 in the fucking morning.
Yep.
I'm gonna stay strong.
Yeah, well, I've got about 45 minutes left, and that will bring us to the last stroke of midnight on the International Dateline.
Okay, we're doing it 24 hours. You think you have 45 minutes left. You really mean 23 hours and 15 minutes.
Huh?
What?
Not following you there.
We're pulling a 24-hour stream.
We've already been going for almost 36 hours.
Purple, we're doing a 24-hour stream. Christmas isn't over.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In 45 minutes, Christmas Day will be over everywhere in the world.
It's not over yet.
We'll be on Boxing Day.
But it will be in 45 minutes.
Yep. In 45 minutes, it will become Boxing Day everywhere.
Except for America, because we don't do Boxing Day.
Do we have to take out our Boxing Day boxing gloves and start punching random people?
No.
Because there's like this really sweet old lady down the street that I really wanted to punch her teeth in for a while now.
You do not punch random people. You only punch rich or powerful people.
Yep, punch up, not down.
So Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of where I think that's kind of where the term Boxing Day came from, because it was like the basically the rich and upper class or whatever in Britain or in Europe. They put all the leftovers in boxes or whatever for Christmas Day and gave it to the poor. You know, that was kind of
right. Exactly.
I know it's more upper classes still have their own traditions on Boxing Day in Britain, and one of them is dressing up like complete morons and going out with horses and packs of dogs and openly defying the law against fox hunting in the UK. So
I had heard that.
What a bunch of fucking pricks.
They are. I mean, this is the joke. It's been banned for well over 10 years now, and they just openly defy it. And I don't think the police ever do. Police don't do jack shit about them because of the sort of people that actually pursue that as a hobby. It is the upper classes, and that Fucking disgusting.
Are you talking about fox hunting or box hunting?
Fox hunting.
Oh, I thought it was Boxing Day and not Foxing Day.
Yeah, that seems. But that's a bit. Fox hunts are always a big tradition of Boxing Day in the UK. It's absolutely disgusting. It's actually just disgusting sort of thing where they just set the dogs on these poor animals, you know.
Oh shit, I just realized it's 5 a.m. You know what that means? It's the first day of Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Halloween.
What?
Every day is Halloween.
Mikey's back.
Sorry, guys. I had to take care of a few things. I
No
apologize.
problem.
How dare you, you bastard.
Yeah. Not in the best of spirits. So.
How you
Oh.
doing?
I'm sorry.
It's well here. Since there's some people still here, I can open up and be a little bit vulnerable.
If you feel like sharing, yeah.
This is the 12-year anniversary of me trying to get off myself.
Oh, Mikey.
Damn.
So
Been there.
I had to deal with work, and the cat threw up, and this is always the holidays are always a trigger point for me, which is why I always try to be.
Well, and that's exactly why I
Super-
started doing this, because I know
Yeah.
that, Christmas Day is unfortunately a very, I feel bad about the phrasing, but popular day for that.
Yeah.
And actually, literally, after the stream last year, some messages I got indicated that at least two of the people who had been watching most of the day probably wouldn't have lived through the day if they didn't have people here to talk to. So we saved a couple of lives doing this.
Mikey, I'm
That's
really glad.
amazing.
I'm really glad that you
That
were
makes it
successful
worth it,
12 years
doesn't
ago.
I'm sorry, Jen. What'd you say?
I'm very glad that you weren't successful 12 years ago.
Me too.
We,
I was in.
we're
I was
we're
in-
all we're
Okay.
all glad of that. We're
Oh, well,
also
thank you.
glad of that.
Thanks, guys. I was in a very bad spot. My engagement had gone south. I was a raging alcoholic, and being alone on Christmas kind of let me know where I stood in the world, and that was the nail in the coffin, as it were, for me. And I was totally dedicated to finishing off what I was ready to finish off, and someone came and picked me up and dragged me to their holiday party, and I was forced to not be in my house by myself. And I think that is literally the only thing that stopped me.
Yeah.
Like they
Bro.
literally came and like banged on my door and rang my doorbell in my apartment until I came downstairs.
Bro, Mikey, you are one of the nicest people. You are one of the funniest people. Like you're one of my closest online friends, and I'm glad you're around. I just want to say,
Thank
on this Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for Mikey.
It's Christmas.
Oh,
Well, it was Halloween a couple of minutes ago, so at least he's getting in the right direction.
Yeah, it's Christmas. That means we ham it up with Mikey.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Thanks.
And honestly, Mikey, can I have your stuff? What are you talking about? What is going on right now?
Oh, spooky.
Spooky, I think that was a bit too dark.
spooky finna slide.
Spooky, even for you, mate. That was pushing. That was dark.
Oh, for the suit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got you now. And the answer is no. It will be buried with me, like the pharaoh that I am. I need it in the afterlife. But I that's what I really wanted to just stream all day and play video games and hang out with people. I just didn't have it in me.
Now I feel really bad about not having you on my stream.
No, it's okay. My girl was here, so it's fine. But and I apologize to her because probably for the last 2 weeks I've been a complete fucking dick. I've been way less than kind. It's just because I really hate this fucking time of year because it reminds me so deeply. And it sucks.
Well, it seems this is going to be an annual event, so
Yeah.
can be here with us every year.
Yeah. And I'll take up a leg or a couple legs because I got some stamina left in me. At this age, I got some stamina left. But for y'all that are here and y'all that are watching, I appreciate y'all. Y'all are good peeps. I love y'all.
I propose a toast to hanging in there.
Yeah, hang in there, guys.
Yeah,
My
actually, I've got
Any
left.
more
My
alcohol
cup's
to drink?
invisible. Let me grab a cup that's not invisible.
Yeah, unfortunately, I am again thoroughly catted because with less than an hour left, I could get into the whiskey and it wouldn't hit me before I have to close this up.
Yeah.
But Sammy has gotten really good at the mass shunting lately.
I made a mistake of drinking on my stream. Never drink on stream. I don't know if I said some racist shit against Koreans, but I probably did. I'm probably demonetized from YouTube permanently. I'm gonna die. Kim
Well,
Jong-un is breaking down my door right fucking now.
I listened to I don't know how long it went, but I listened to about an hour of it. Y'all were rowdy, but not racist.
Oh, thank God I wasn't racist.
Well, that's why I've made it a rule that I don't drink when I'm running the stream. I'll drink with somebody else running it because if I get out of hand, at least they can mute or boot me.
See, my whole thing is I've never ran a stream through StreamYards, and I've definitely never streamed with other people before.
Not as easy as it looks, eh? Huh? Yeah.
I never said it was easy. I was freaking out half the time because I didn't understand
smooth
shit.
on Neil's stream, doesn't it?
I'm fine being the token trans girl, okay? If you expect me to actually do shit, you're fucking out of your mind.
But
You're not the
you can't
token
be
here.
the token trans here because we've got so many of them around.
And not only that, but you have so many token trans gens.
Yeah.
I'm not even the only trans gen.
Right. So even transgen. Can y'all make a show called Transgendered?
Oh, that would be
TRAN.
That would be cool.
JEN.
Yep. Yep. All transgen
transgen. Duh. And then you guys just be totally condescending and mean people. That could be a thing. Transgender.
Mikey, it is never ever transgendered.
Transgendered.
Yeah, that is inappropriate. That implies that we were made this way by some magical forces or something.
I was putting triple tense on it to make it sound stupid.
No, I know it's a very, very common error, even within the community. There's trans people who use it inappropriately. It's just not the correct word. We're transgender, not transgendered.
Yo, okay.
Transgend.
The transgender agenda.
Oh,
think about it.
Yeah,
the trans agenda.
Yeah.
The trans agenda.
Yeah, I like this. We're going places.
I need you guys to comb the internet for more trans people who are named Jen.
We'll start a Pokemon collection.
3 to 4 people.
You know
what transgender and named Jen, and then you guys make a show together.
In this little community that we have going here, there's 4, 5, 6 of us. But if you get out to the trans Twitter as the broad thousands and thousands of people group, I have run into almost no Jens.
Really?
Oh, so it's just y'all.
There's a few here and there.
It's just y'all that are all gens.
Okay,
I'm so used to so many trans gens, though. It's so weird that there are trans people not named Jen. I just assume every trans person is named Jen. Hi, I'm Jen. Are you Jen too?
There are 6 people named Jen that I interact with every week on Twitter and YouTube, and 3 of them are trans.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm not one of them. I see how it is.
I just wish I would have talked to my mom before I picked my name, because I would have picked her suggestion instead. But
What was
too
her
late.
suggestion?
Catherine, not Kathy, not Kathleen. Catherine.
My fiance was Cat.
With a K.
Yep. My fiance was Cat. It was only her mother who ever called her Catherine. She
thought you were
really
gonna
wouldn't
say-
even react to it.
I thought you were going to say Karen. I was like, oh no, we can't have that, Jen. You can't be a Karen.
No, never.
No Karen.
She actually wanted it to be Catherine Marie. Marie is my grandma's name.
I actually now, since that term has sort of come around in the last year or two, I actually legitimately feel sorry for anyone named Karen now.
Yeah, I have wondered about that. About what about the nice women who just happen to be named Karen?
Yeah.
Well, it's just the way it goes.
Well, I hope like they have enough of a sense of humor to be like, oh yeah, that's a funny meme.
It's like, what about all the blonde women who are very smart?
Well, fuck all the blondes and all the Karens. You know how many Life cereal fucking references I've heard in my lifetime? Way
Yeah,
too
I
many.
suppose.
Hey, Mike, he likes it every fucking day.
Hey, Mikey, he'll eat anything.
Yeah, I've even
Every
done that to you a
day.
couple of times myself.
Yo,
Every day I hear that.
At least you didn't have a name that was literally Gabriel. You know how many Gabriels I got growing up? Hey, gay, but
How did that affect you?
probably made me more gay. To be honest,
Probably.
Well, for those of you who missed it, I dead named myself tonight for the first time in 40 years.
Oh, yes. You did.
Oh,
You did.
I did miss it.
it was on Jen's little corner stream. I was there.
Yeah, we won't say what it is unless.
Yeah.
Jen
I was in that stream for the first hour.
Wait
hour
till
and
I'm
a
not
half,
in the
but-
room, and then you can say it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think we'll wait till we're not wait till we're not streaming.
That's even better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that would be better.
Okay, so we still got half an hour to fill.
All right, Santa's hefty sack. What say you? Uh-huh. Oh, wow.
I wish it wasn't
I didn't
Saturday.
realize you beat this racist. What the fuck, Stool?
Stool, you can't say those things about children and knives. Oh, Stool. You can't say these things. I can't believe he's saying all this.
Oh, what?
Well, Stool, did you tell him that it's your body and you don't want to be peed on?
What the hell?
Oh God, they're multiplying.
Oh,
What happened to
Okay,
you, Stu?
so-
Where did you go?
just
Yeah,
like a proper fungus.
We got a bad connection here. We gotta kick this other one out.
Pooh Boy, where did you go? Oh, this
He
is
looks so-
frozen.
We've got even less of his audio and even less of his face.
Yep.
I'm watching. I'm listening.
Okay, there we go. Now we can hear you.
Have you been watching all this time or just zoning out?
He was sleeping.
Oh, I've been awake and I don't. Hang on a minute. Did Jen just accuse me of falling asleep?
No,
If you think that's the
yes,
first
that
thing
was-
you've been
yes,
accused
that
of in the last 3 minutes, we're good.
No, I
Yes,
asked if
yes,
you
that
had.
was Jen.
All you heard? That's all. Oh, thank fuck. I'm in the clear.
Yeah, that was Jen. 100%. That was totally Jen who said that. You're right.
And I asked. I
you have to-
didn't say you were.
You have to play a guessing game as to which Jen it was.
Ah, the old shell game.
It was the Australian one. It's always her fault.
It's always her fault.
I agree with that. I agree with that sentiment 100%. And
You
Your
can't trust them
evidence.
Aussies.
who does? Who does? Does
Hey.
anybody?
Not even New Zealand.
Not even New Zealand. Or
Hashtag
Tasmania.
All New Zealanders.
Okay, people, I've been explaining this to you over and over. Australia doesn't exist. New Zealand is just Australia's imaginary friend.
So for the longest time, I thought New Zealand was like an island between like Indonesia and Australia.
It's not.
Just wrong. Just wrong.
No,
what I was
New
thought.
Zealand is kind of like a parenthesis, a closed parenthesis.
Oh, you were probably looking at the Mandela effect maps.
It was just a comma at the end of Australia.
And yet they tried to tell us that they're different countries.
I don't know. Like, is the comma after a word part of the word?
I'm still looking
know.
for Old Zealand.
It's sunk beneath the waves. There's a lost treasure there. Some call it Atlantis.
I think that's the Netherlands, I think. I'm not wrong.
The Zealand. Not Old Zealand, just Zealand. Does anyone know where Zealand? Let me Google Zealand.
Isn't Zealander that movie with Ben Stiller?
No, that's Zoolander.
Oh, that's right.
You're not pronouncing it correctly. So it's New Zealand.
It's New Zealand.
That was good.
Okay, Stuhl, apparently, if I'm getting this right, you can find out everything we said about you. It's a matter of how much Spooky is going to charge for it.
Mm-hmm. I've got a feeling there's going to be a wiki entry about me.
No, it's Kiwi Farms.
Well,
Even
you know,
worse.
I hadn't thought of that, but since you mention it, unless I get a new Patreon subscriber, there probably will be.
And I'm gonna do a bit of shameless shilling here. Purple, if I can be so bold.
Oh, go right ahead.
How dare you?
How's your Patreon looking right now?
Oh, it's doubled in the last month. I've got 2 now. Patreon actually issued me a payment for 53 cents.
Oh,
Wow, that's amazing.
What's your Patreon link? Which I've never heard, by the way. I've never heard you say what your Patreon link is.
No, what could
I've
it
always
possibly
put it
be?
in the descriptions.
You think anyone actually goes? Let me not be so bold. I don't ever go to that. I never look in people's descriptions for things. I just wait for them to tell me what it is, and then
No,
I
I don't think anybody does, but okay. I'm dropping it in the YouTube chat there. Yeah, if anybody happens to have money to waste, at this point it would be appreciated because one of the things that held up buying everything for the new computer was that in the midst of buying parts for the new computer, I wound up doing car repairs. So I wound up having to spread out the computer components over a couple of months.
And I added my Ko-Fi because not only did I need help for some of my medications for my heart, but I've just plain run out of money this month from my Social Security and
Best Buy, come from the computer parts, stay for the transmission fix.
So what I need you to do, Purple, within this week is I need you to set up some tiers on your Patreon. Because you only have one tier.
Yeah.
I need a bigger tier than what you're offering right now.
Okay. Honestly, you know, I set up the Patreon for the $1 just to reserve the name on the service. I never expected anybody would actually send me money. That's why it's set up that way. It never even occurred to me that anybody would even send me $1.
I'm hearing the words that you're saying, but I also don't see the $10 donation.
You're looking for bucks and
I
quids.
have a problem with.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I will have to set up some levels on there.
Purple, you're looking for bucks and quids.
To be honest,
it might do like 3 tiers for some reason.
Okay, there you go.
to be honest, I have no idea how the fuck Patreon works.
I can talk to you about it off air. Not a problem.
Actually, Stuttering
still not
Chris
gonna use it.
got me to do the math a couple of days ago, and I found out that if I can get every one of my YouTube subscribers to subscribe to me on Patreon for $1,000 a month, I can be a billionaire in 253 years.
Well, we better get started. We're way behind.
Yo, go donate $1,000 to my friend, my boy, Purple Rhymes with Orange.
Okay, so you now have a new patron,
Well, thank you very much. It's much appreciated.
and I need you to set up some fucking tiers with some rewards. Talk to some people who are artsy fartsy that you know.
That was
And-
part of the problem, was as far as I didn't have anything I could offer for rewards.
Well, it does. It's not always about the rewards. It's just it needs to. They need to know how you want your support given.
Can I just say,
You could write pornographic
I'm-
romance novels.
That
I'm
would work for some
I'm
people.
stuck in the Patreon loop because my thing was approved about 2 weeks ago,
Okay.
and the cunts are still not getting back to me, so I can't give my love to people. However, unlike Purple, I'm not an idiot, so I do have tiers.
How dare you?
And the thing is, Mikey understands this. When you're on a certain level, you kind of don't get everything that you're given. So,
I hope this whole COVID thing has taught Americans that the whole concept of universal basic income is a good idea.
No,
I was going to say that COVID was a good segue there when you started mentioning tears.
they.
That's a UK centric joke, but
I bet you there's still at least 30 million Americans who are still, to this day, ready to argue over the election.
Oh yeah, it's just
Yeah,
isn't
you
it
want to
incredible?
fight about it? I'm ready to argue. Obviously, Trump won.
You're lucky I don't have my finger on the button right now, or I sure as would be in fucking cyberspace. It's just, I mean, we can't get to like really important things like everyone should be healthy when people lose elections and then they want to have conspiracy theories for 4 months about it. Like,
Yeah,
Listen, it's a proven fact that 5G turns you into a woman. That's why I've got 5G.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I wish it was that easy.
Same. I'm dying.
Someone put something up a few months ago, and I actually thought about doing this for a while, and it's freak people out by changing the name of your Wi-Fi network to 5G COVID-19 test tower. See what happens.
Listen, the 5G echolocated off of the bats and it caused coronavirus. Someone ate a bat somewhere in Wuhan, China, and that it's all making sense now. It all makes sense. 5G causes corona.
So what you're saying is that bat was marinated in like a ceviche-like sauce of 5G, and that made a virus through the electromagnetic spectrum waves that interacted with its cells.
This is all
it
true.
didn't make a virus. It changed. It mutated to some other virus that happened to step in the stream.
The 5G source is bad stuff. Do your research, sheeple.
Yeah, sheeple.
Listen, I don't need to vaccinate my kids because it costs. I'm not going to even go.
Don't use 5G sauce. Use hollandaise sauce. Much safer, much healthier.
If I get 2 5G phones and tape them on my chest, would my tits get bigger?
Yes, that is scientifically proven.
It is scientifically proven.
Everyone knows that.
It is scientifically proven that if you use 4chan, you will get big mommy milkers or a big dongo. Okay, this is just fact. It's just science.
Okay, but wait a minute.
Where did you learn to talk that way?
Do you get to choose, or is it random which one shows up?
Yes.
It's like a roulette table. You just spray and pray.
Actually,
Yeah,
now that I think about
I
it,
would always afraid of.
I will roll a d20 on this
I
because
think I would. I think I would tape two 5G phones to my right breast and one to my left because they're a little uneven.
DC
Jen, call it.
15. DC 15.
DC 15 gives me what? Dong or tits?
If you beat a 15, you get a massive dongo. If it's under 15, big mommy milkers.
Fucking 5.
Okay, wait. If you roll a natural 20,
You forgot
get
your
both.
plus 10 to big dongo.
Oh, what's
Okay?
what's
Yeah,
my
it-
dongo bonus?
You got plus 10 to dongo.
I'd be happy with C's. That's I'm
Okay.
not.
If you roll a natural 20, do you wind up getting both?
Yes.
You realize there's
That's
nothing
science.
natural about this
I have
discussion.
I have advantage, so I get to roll twice and take the better roll. So
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
fucking 3. Dongo it is. Fucking.
Oh, no, Mikey's got big mommy milkers.
God damn it.
Jesus.
I have heartburn. I'm dying. Fuck.
So
Oh, I
for,
ran out of water.
so for an unnamed future project, I bought a amazing set of fantasy roleplay dice, and let me tell you, these things are freaking gorgeous. Let me see if I can get it to zoom in, not on me, but on it. They're like this steel with gold etchings. It's kind of hard to pick up. I have to just like take a picture and post them. But they are amazing and they're heavy. Oh, they're like I don't know.
What are they? Steel? Like
They
stainless
are.
steel? Stainless steel?
They are, and they are a sight to behold.
Cool.
I love them. They're amazing.
Bro, you got weighted dice. I'm going to call your bullshit.
It clearly doesn't work. It's clearly weighted on the wrong side. I bought weighted dice. I didn't know that I was supposed to get them weighted towards the higher numbers. No one said you want high numbers.
They should make some out of titanium.
All right, there's a 3, 11, 11, 9. I have to buy new dice. I got to get on Amazon. These are clearly cursed.
No, I actually have to buy some dice. Like, I wonder if I could buy bone dice. Like dice made out of bones. That would be fucking sick.
I found some that had skulls for all the ones. They were very cool.
Bro, fail an ability check, fucking go straight to the 9 hells.
No, what you really want are dice made out of rhino horn.
No.
Yeah, I'll just put them right next to my tiger claw medicine. Of course.
Next to your dodo intestine flask that you used to stick your like. There's a reason why some animals are not here anymore. Is because we do stupid things with them.
What's this? Is it my green anaconda jerky? My favorite.
That's what I want to get Mikey. I want to get Mikey
Fish and wildlife, arrest me.
a custom cod piece made out of shark fins.
Oh, that's sad.
Slippery when wet.
Shark fin shit makes me sad, and I don't know why.
I don't know that.
I hate the whole idea that people could actually take something like a shark and cut off its fins and throw it away, just so they can make some bullshit soup or.
Hold on, Jen. Hold on, Jen.
Fancy.
I have a real question here. Can anyone think of a monster that really need an animal, and by animal I mean monster, that really deserves to not be here anymore?
Mosquitoes.
I think mosquitoes should be wiped off the face of the earth, and I can't find a good reason to keep them.
They don't add anything to the food chain.
Venomous snakes.
Venomous snakes are cool.
And
venomous
spiders that can kill us.
Well, venomous snakes only have venom because they can't fight their prey, so they have to poison it. So I get that. But
Who
like,
said
You gotta respect the
who said
hustle.
humans?
Well, then they need to understand it's against the law of nature to bite us.
I
well,
said
don't try
humans.
to eat me, humans. Well, what about
Yo, voluntary
polar
human
bears?
extinctionist partner.
What about polar bears? Polar bears are like fucking 13 feet tall when they stand up.
Yeah.
They weigh like a ton and a half.
Bro,
I don't
give,
know that there's
give global warming like 10 more years, we won't have any polar bears. Don't worry about it. That's a self-satisfying problem.
How about seagulls?
Fuck seagulls.
Well, now
Seagulls are
seagulls, we
fucking
could afford
cunts.
to eat a whole bunch of them.
Can we stop eating
Florida,
chickens? Can we give chickens a little bit of time to run around in the wild, and maybe we just start eating seagulls instead? Because I think chickens have been way more amicable than seagulls have ever been on their fucking best day.
No, like in
There's a
Florida, we
weird thing
call seagulls beach chicken.
Or chickens will come and bite warts and stuff off your toes.
They're lovely animals. They love us. They want to be
And
with us.
citizens.
Seagulls are
chickens will just
basically
are
rats
happy to
with
shit on
wings.
you.
They need to die.
That's that's pigeons for us. We call pigeons the flying rats, but seagulls are like hawk rat wings.
Seagulls are tropical flying rats.
Seagulls are just beach chicken. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Seagulls. Has this now turned into the "Let's all hate the seagulls" stream? Because
I just don't like them. I think they're really mean.
I think seagulls are absolute.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Seagulls are cunts. They really are.
Okay, Spooky. Polar bears are magnetic. Somebody must have dropped yours.
Don't put any polar bears next to your favorite fucking hard drives, any valuable digital information you have. They'll fuck your shit right up.
Yo, but have you ever gotten two polar bears and put them next to each other? They do that thing. It's so fucking cool.
I've always found that they just shoot each other across the ice floe.
You got the wrong sides facing each other. That's why.
Well, I thought they were into some of the kind of. Never mind.
No.
I have to go use the little girl's room.
You get two polar bears and I'm not gonna make that joke. I'm not gonna make that joke.
There's no double-ended jokes you can make about that, so don't even try. Just leave it alone. No one has to say it. The track has been the railroad has been laid out, and people can plow their way to victory.
What was it that Doctor Strange said? I looked into 1,000,001 realities and I saw no outcome where this turned out well, or some shit. Yeah, that was that joke.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't really see a need for polar bears, mosquitoes, or mussels, because all they do is cut you up if you ever want to go swimming in the water. If there's like any pier, the zebra mussels,
Bro,
like
I gotta get that.
They just cut you to shit.
I gotta get that
invasive.
proficiency in athletic skill though. Like, what do you mean we can't have muscles? I gotta get them gains.
The crustaceans.
They're not crustaceans. They are mollusks. They are not crustaceans. They are mollusks, my friend.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Stop screaming at me. What's the difference between a mollusk and a crustacean?
One has a carapace. The other has a shell.
Wait. Now you've been too vague already. Which has which?
There is virtually nothing the same about them.
So mollusks are fleshy, and they sometimes, if not most of the times, produce a shell out of calcium. Whereas crustaceans are arthropods and are spiky, and they usually have pincers.
So like lobsters, shrimps.
Yeah, crustaceans are lobster, shrimps, and crabs. Mollusks are clams and oysters and snails.
And octopi.
So why are those or what was the other one? Mollusks. So why are those mollusks if they don't have a shell? Did they just lose their shell? Are they like slugs?
No, it's two different evolutionary paths. Crustaceans are arthropods. Mollusks branched off long before crustaceans were a thing. So look at it this way. The common ancestor between crustaceans and mollusks was probably something that was fleshy, but had a shell. Then
a
crustaceans
nautilus?
grew that shell like a suit of armor over their entire body, whereas mollusks, clappy, had like bivalves and shit like that.
Like a nautilus.
Yeah, like a
So,
nautilus.
so the nautilus and the hermit crab had a splitting of ways.
Yeah,
A long ass time ago.
Okay.
Like not anywhere like recent, like probably when
Like
there were
3 weeks ago.
probably in the Precambrian period. If we're talking about like common ancestors between mollusks and arthropods, probably in the Precambrian when most of like if not everything was either a sponge, looked like a rock, or was a jellyfish.
Yeah,
How true is it that shrimps are just ocean roaches?
So
really.
if you think of shrimps in relation to isopods being both arthropods, and you think of isopods as lice, which they basically are, they're sea lice, and lice are closely related to termites, which are just cockroaches. Kind of. It's confusing.
Enjoy your fucking sea roach cocktail, you dirty bastards. Glad I'm allergic.
But really what most of like the anti-lobster shit like comes from is in the Middle Ages it was seen as dirty to eat lobster.
Because they're roaches. You just said. No one eats roaches unless it's like chocolate covered crickets, which
No,
and
they're
they're
bottom
great.
feeders. Like lobsters and crabs are bottom feeders, and it was seen as like dirty to eat them because they're bottom feeders.
I know a couple of girls who are never mind. I'm gonna go get some ice. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think about that one, Mikey.
Well, I've wondered.
We have a lot of them on the internet.
I've seen two potential ways that got into the kosher laws. Was one, because so many people do have shellfish allergies. I wonder if they just said don't eat them because they saw that a lot of people got sick and some people died from eating them, so it's just better if no one risks it. Or the other thing is what you're saying about the bottom feeders, that they observed that they ate dead and decaying animals, so they thought they were unsafe because of that.
People have
Yeah,
the silly myth that if an animal eats trash or is a scavenger, that its meat is going to be bad. They don't understand the concept of digestion.
So the whole thing about it, right, is
Right.
like for the longest period of time, lobster was seen as a poor man's meal.
Yep.
Up until I think even like past no, not so like past the Civil War is like when lobster started being like, oh hey, this is actually a delicacy, right? And like obviously I'm talking about in modern history. Before that, like the Romans loved lobster. I don't know why. They liked a lot of weird shit. So like lobster has always been seen as like a dirty food or like a poor man's food because it's a bottom feeder and because there's a hell of a lot of them. Like if you stumble upon like a lobster march, I think they're called marches, right? Is it a lobster march?
Yeah, the March of the Spiny Lobsters.
Yeah, so like if you stumble upon that, you can fucking catch these things for days, right? There's just tons of lobsters. They're highly sustainable. I mean, they used to be. Now they're kind of getting like a little, overfishing. But like, yeah, it used to be seen as like, I don't want to eat this. This eats like decaying shit on the ocean floor, right? So that's the whole thing about it. And like, I mean, it might be that people have shellfish allergies, and that might be why it's not kosher. But I think it's mainly because it's seen as a dirty animal.
Yeah, I just dropped a link in the YouTube side chat. Largely the same stuff you were covering. That recently the history guy did a thing on that of how lobsters for dinner, and like you say, that it had been considered to be, basically trash food that
That was poor
would
people's
ever
food.
eat.
That was poor people's food for like ever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it was
you say,
very
up
realistic.
until around I think it was at the end of the Civil War before it actually became something respectable.
Like, you know, there was a period in time in American history when having lobster for dinner was prison food.
Right.
Like, I
Right.
think that's fucking amazing. I wish I got thrown in jail during the Civil War.
No butter sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's a hard sell then.
Gotcha.
Fuck.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta
there
have
was
the
actually
clarified butter.
Purgatory.
there was actually something about a lawsuit being filed against a prison because they were feeding the inmates lobsters too often.
That's like giving people jelly sandwiches. Like, yeah, if you weren't in jail, I'd give you peanut butter.
There was also a period in time when peanut butter. Speaking of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, there was a time when peanut butter was seen as horrible food to give to people until George Washington Carver. So you know, like you could have had peanut butter in fucking prison. I mean, you probably still can, right? But like, you know, like peanut butter's not that bad. Peanuts are pretty good.
They're like, I'm not going to give them fucking peanut butter. I'm not a fucking monster. I'm not going to feed the prisoners that. Give them lobster instead.
Bro, if you lived in Florida, your real fear of swimming in the ocean would be beer bottles. You know how many times I've gashed my feet over some beer bottles? Fuck off with that sea urchin pussy shit. I mean, jellyfish are fucked, right? And there's a lot of them. But like sea urchins, not as bad as beer bottles.
Well, I live in the middle of the continent, so it doesn't come up. But if I was swimming in the ocean, I would definitely be more concerned about jellyfish than I would be about sharks.
Yo, I'm scared of. I have an irrational fear of Goliath groupers. They're these 400-pound fish that live in Florida. They're fucking massive. They are fucking huge. Their mouth is about the size of you. Well, not really. It's like half the size of you.
You could fit in it.
It's fucking huge, right? And I'm always scared because I've seen one before. IRL, no meme, no fucking screen between me and the Goliath grouper, and it scared the shit out of me. And I literally shit my pants, and I stayed away from the water for 6 months because it's a fucking huge fish.
So I saw a very interesting video when I was scrolling through Facebook earlier today, and me and my girl had a very weird conversation about the video itself. I'm burying the lead here. It was a bunch of people on a beach trying to get a manta ray back into the water after it had got stuck in a fisherman's net. And these humans were dwarfed next to this manta ray. So I'm like, pull out my phone, look up how big a manta ray is. Fucking like 13 meters.
They're massive.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking big.
They're fucking massive.
Weighs like fucking 3,000 pounds. I'm like, what do these fucking 5 people think they're going to do to get that thing back in the water?
I didn't know they got that heavy. I mean, I've seen ones in aquariums that, you know, had like more than a 10-foot span.
Let me see. Let me look it up again. Oh, 7 meters. 7 meters. I was off by 3 meters. Which is still ginormous. 21 feet?
Yep.
21 feet from wingtip to wingtip is a big fucking creature. And so we started looking up other animals. So just in comparison, my kitchen was 17 feet from stove to the end of the kitchen. I was like, so this thing is bigger than the kitchen. And these dudes are trying to pick up a kitchen-sized animal and get it back into the ocean. I'm like, that's not going to work. But the tide started coming.
22.9 feet.
Oh, shit. So 5 feet bigger than my kitchen.
Yeah, that would actually be bigger than my whole living room.
Bro, I don't even think my bedroom is like. It's probably like. Is it 20 feet? I don't know.
It wouldn't be as big as Stool of Cock.
Like 13 feet.
The largest mantas can reach 2,980 pounds. So almost 3,000 pounds.
Yeah,
Bro,
manta ray.
Wow.
No fucking thank you. And they had like one dude man in the stinger, and everyone's trying to like grab fucking. I'm like, you're better off. I'm like, you're better off just fucking dumping water on it until the tide comes back in, because you are not picking that thing up without a crane, a fucking bulldozer, some sort of tugboat.
Plankton.
Yeah, and it eats fucking plankton.
It depends on the species.
And virgins.
Yeah, they have different diets. They don't
Bro,
all eat
imagine
plankton.
getting swallowed up by a manta ray. That would be like the worst way to die, because they don't have teeth, right? You'd just be swallowed, and then you're fucked, right? It's faster than you in the water. You're just sitting there digesting. What the fuck are you gonna do?
It's like a sarlacc pit in the ocean.
Exactly.
Speaking of sarlacc pits, a blue whale, because we were talking about like the biggest animals in the ocean, because after we started on this manta ray rabbit hole, 98 feet long, 190 tons.
Yeah.
I can't even conceptualize that in my mind.
Yeah,
Well,
and-
when you're at a stoplight, and then there's like across the street, and then like the other cars, that's like 4 cars back.
well, that would be like the length
That's
of
like
the
twice
length
as
of
long
3
as-
buses.
That's like twice as long as a semi, which are 53 feet.
I'm talking about the weight. I can't conceptualize that much weight.
Oh,
No.
There's like nothing to
um,
compare it to in my mind.
On land, there isn't anything, because you have to have the water to even get that big, because you can't be that big on land.
Yep. Yeah, and they actually do live entirely off of plankton, off of krill.
Isn't the law about how large something can get on land called a square cube law? I think it's a
Well,
square cube.
The square cube law is basically that every time you double the length, you're going to triple the weight. So yeah, the square cube law is what comes into effect to figure out basically how much weight the bones could support.
I think the largest land animal that's ever the largest land mammal that's ever existed was a calicothere, and I can't remember the name of it. It's basically think of a giraffe that's actually a rhino. That's what a calicothere is, and they're so fucking cool. I wish we had them today. We don't.
I don't. I do not wish they were here.
They're just big ass rhinos who probably couldn't give 2 shits if you existed.
Yeah, you see how hippos are totally
Imagine riding one. Imagine riding one.
Hippos are totally vegetarian, and they don't eat humans at all. But they kill the shit out of humans. Like, that's like saying, I wish there was bison in every city across America. Like, that's terrible.
If you're 40 meters tall, you're not going to care about some 6 foot tall human. You're not. There's no fucking point.
They'll break your house and not even think about it.
That's so fucking awesome.
That's not awesome. I like where I live. What if you just
Fuck
decide
where
to take
I
a nap?
live.
What if you want to take a nap in my house?
Fuck Florida. Can we get hashtag fuck Florida in the chat?
But not everybody lives in Florida. I don't want my house to get slept on by a giant animal and crushed.
Well, people, we have made it. It is 6 minutes past the hour.
Yeah, but the session's just getting good. Let's keep going.
Okay, just letting you know, it is officially past midnight on the International Dateline, so
I mean,
mission
Tonight on
accomplished.
Dateline Express, how to catch a calicothere.
if there's any animal in the present day that you guys are afraid of, what is it?
Oh fuck, sharks. No, because I can just go on land.
Well, mostly based on where I live, the only things I would be afraid of would be a black bear or a cougar. Because
I
those
don't
are
wanna
the
fuck with
things I'm
cougars.
likely to encounter around here.
fucking
I don't like
crocodiles.
cougars.
Fucking crocodiles are scary.
What kind of cougar are we talking about here?
Not the fun kind.
The kind with the pixie haircut at the bar, like, hi.
The 4-legged with a long tail.
But that
Gotta be more
doesn't matter
specific.
anyway because I would be too old for those cougars to go after. So
Some
never
Florida
know.
moms have 4 legs and a long tail. That doesn't make them. You gotta be a little more specific.
Big tails are kind of one of the characteristic traits of cougars. And the claws are usually acrylic.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! She's in heat.
Hey, those are not acrylic.
I've been feasted upon by a cougar. It's not fun. Just throw you away when they're done. Godless Scummer, what are you afraid of? What's the one real life, actual on the planet animal that you're afraid of?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really have like a fear of snakes or anything. I think I don't know. I don't know, but I think there's definitely animals I would always treat with an awful lot of respect. Just put it that way.
Well, I mean, like that would make
I-
you nervous and like scared, like a tiger or a lion or a bear. Oh my!
Humans.
Humans.
No, no humans. Okay, we all don't trust you.
So actually, fucking cockroaches. I don't know what it is about them. They skitter. They're fucking gross, and I'm scared of them.
Yeah, but they taste really good.
Oh,
I'm gonna forget you said that.
I fear doorknob head.
Jack
Yeah,
We
Russell.
all fear
that's-
doorknob head.
They taste pretty good too.
Doorknob heads taste good? No.
No, Jack
I'll
Russell's.
take your word for it. I'm not going to lick one.
They can get a little stringy when they're too old, but when they're
Oh.
puppies, they're pretty sweet.
They're
I
so
am definitely
tenuous.
not. I am definitely not fond of wasps. Let's put it that way.
There you go. Those stinging flying bastards that move in swarms.
Yo, fuck
Yeah.
wasps and fuck anything that looks like a wasp.
Okay.
I've had to remove wasp nests, and on occasion I've been stung by several dozen in one day. So it's a good thing I don't really react to them.
They're more likely to sting you as well because those bastards can sting you repeatedly. Those
Yep.
bees, it's a one and done thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yo.
That's the difference between a bee and a wasp. A bee can't pull its stinger out without ripping it out of its body. A wasp has a smooth stinger, so it can sting several times.
So
And the
It'll
thing
run out of
is,
venom
though,
eventually, but it'll keep poking it.
I just remembered the
I-
most
I-
unfortunate series of events in my lifetime.
I didn't get to go yet.
Okay, I'll let you go.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for sitting with us. We'll catch you later.
No, I didn't go for the thing. I didn't get to say my
No.
answer before we tangented off. Oh shit! What was my animal? No, I'm really afraid. It wasn't horses because horses have strange teeth that look like they're only meant to hurt humans. Their teeth can't be made for anything but just removing fingers off of the knuckle.
They're made to strip the flesh off without breaking the bone.
Yeah, that's what they're for. And if anyone thinks it's for grass, you're a fool. You'll be the first one to lose your finger meat. Jellyfish, obviously, because they're just boxes of poison that float through the ocean waiting to get you.
Okay, but what if you
I'm
already
trying
have
to
a peanut
sleep.
butter
This
fish?
is so funny.
Peanut butter fish. I'd like to meet a peanut butter fish. It probably tastes good. A little creamy, you know.
Well, you gotta smash them together with the jellyfish.
You just don't want the chunky. No chunky peanut butter fish to mix with a jellyfish. Horses are also untrustable because they have rocks for feet. I can't trust any like you went your whole life with rock feet, and I'm just supposed to think that you're an okay individual. No, you're clearly some sort of monster. That's
Okay.
a monster trait.
Yo, fun fact about horses: they only have a middle toe, so they're constantly flicking you off.
That's
Actually,
true.
I mean, to be honest though, there's one animal here that we've not mentioned it, that is really evil, and you know that they are conspiring against humans.
Cats.
The domestic cat.
Oh, I remember now.
Do not trust them. Do not trust them.
Yeah, I got my fucking shirt got a hole in it earlier because Dexter decided he was hungry now, and I had headphones on, and he didn't want to listen or wait. So one of my best friends back in the day was a vet tech, and one of the doctors would go on these extravagant vacations and would leave the house unattended for weeks at a time, and she would dog sit, and they had a Doberman. And that was the very first time I was ever afraid of an animal. Because this Doberman was 120 pounds. His name was Spitz. He only spoke German with cropped ears, and he was the most impressive animal I had ever seen. I was like, oh, he could kill me.
The dog spoke German?
The dog only understood German. I was like, oh, I'm fucking, I couldn't even tell it to stop. It wouldn't even know what I was saying.
Stopping.
Yeah, stopping, biting, mission. Yeah, it was the Doberman or any kind of, I don't know. That's the thing that scares me. Capable predators I can't take in a fight. That's what.
If you're ever confronted by a dog that only speaks German, the most common command that they use is Plotz, DLOTZ, which means down.
I want to write that on my I'm gonna get that tattooed on the inside of my left bicep just so I can have that on standby.
And
Mikey out here like, oh shit, this dog speaks German. Hold on, let me read my tattoo.
Maybe I'll put it in Braille.
Is also can also work, but people do use different words for training your dog, so you never know.
I was only 120 pounds myself at the time, so yeah, that dog. I was like, yo,
okay, so
he's nice, right? So he's fine because she invited me over to watch Netflix and all that good shit. But yeah, I was utterly terrified of that thing.
Bro, the Doberman's name was Spitz. Like,
I can tell you this about Dobermans. Dobermans are sort of a interesting. As some people know, I'm a postal worker, so you can guarantee So I can assure you, I've had a lot of experiences with dogs. Dobermans are a weird one because they quite often they might let you in. They might let you onto their property. You try fucking getting out again.
Oh, that's your ass.
Hey,
yeah,
Hey, Math Peg.
Hey.
I genuinely did not know this about you, Jeff. That's interesting.
So go ahead.
Okay, so you've got to practice typing on your cell phone with just one thumb, so that you can be looking up on Google Translate as it's ripping your other arm off.
I must train my Siri. How do I get this fucking German speaking dog to stop eating my flesh? It was such an and I'm 6 foot, so for a dog to come over my hip, and I have very long legs.
You're 6 foot?
Yeah. So for a dog to come over my hip to hit me at belly button height at the shoulder. It's fucking frightening. I was like,
wait a minute. If he's got 6 feet, he's an insect.
No, I just wondered if he's.
No, don't you know from the Bible that insects only have 4 feet?
I was just wondering if he's 6 foot. If I could come down to Chicago and, well, never mind.
See, trying to get me in trouble. I got some friends for you, though.
Yeah, I think that you would have to ask his fiance about that first.
Well, I was thinking maybe threesomes or there's a lot of possibilities.
Well, you have to get green screen permission. That's key.
My ring disappears on green screen. So while I'm on stream, I guess everything goes.
Mikey out here playing with fire.
Oh, she's at work. I should be fine. If not, I'll just have to do some things to make myself not in trouble.
You know, that's the wonderful thing about the internet is that it's not just hearsay anymore. We can actually send her a copy of the video so she can see for herself.
Bro, you about to
Oh.
get your ass beat.
Speaking of which, my fiance was actually on YouTube for the very first time in her life today.
Ah,
The Ben podcast, we put out a thank you and happy holidays video from almost all of the guests that we had in 2020,
very cool.
and that was fun. I didn't know it was going to take like 4.5 hours to do because technology is crazy. I was like, oh, I'll just get all these videos and push play. Didn't work like that.
It never does. The software never works how they promise.
I'm sure that there's a way to do it all to make it just like run from video to video, but I had to just manually do it like a slideshow.
Guys, I think I'm going to hop off.
Yeah, I really do need to be shutting this down because I have been going. I've been online for 36 hours, which means I've actually been running something like 45 hours or something with 4 hours sleep.
Yeah.
You need
I'm
rest.
going to jump off.
You've done your job.
I might.
Yep.
Depending on how I feel, I might stream later today or something, but like this afternoon my time. But see how I feel.
Okay. Well,
Yo,
you got
I'll
anything you
jump-
want to plug?
Yeah.
Anything you want to plug before you go? You got anything coming up?
I got a hangover coming in like 4 or 5 hours, so stay tuned for that. Yeah.
I thought I heard our friend Dave Critical Cripples question and answer show is going to be running Tuesday, I think he said.
I don't know. I haven't spoke to him for a few days, so I don't know what's going on with it. So
Yeah, that might have been like a dream conversation. I don't remember if it was real or not.
sounds about right. Sounds about right because he normally he does normally do Tuesdays.
Well, anyways, those would. Well, of course, I don't know if you do it in morning or afternoon. Oh, just pay attention. Keep looking for
usually
Critical
evening our
Cripple
time.
and come and watch the show. It's always very funny.
I'll throw out the Ben podcast. I just dropped the link in the chat. Go check out our holiday greetings video, and then we're on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Central. I'm part of VFU podcast, which is on Wednesdays at 10:30 Central, and I am Neil, the 604 Atheist producer, and we are Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific. And then I don't have any time for anything else.
Yeah, I really have nothing going on except for a project that's gonna come up like probably January. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, I'm a streamer on Twitch and I'm gonna be doing YouTube videos eventually. I don't know, maybe I won't. Fuck you.
Jen, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw right now.
Shit. Hold on. I'm not gonna open
You want me to roll it for you? I'll roll it for you. Hold on.
No.
Here we go.
I don't trust your luck.
Here it is. Here it is. Ooh, 11.
Fuck. Wait, I got a +2 because I'm proficient. Fuck you.
DC 15.
Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna be doing a thing. You know, if you've been paying attention, you might have an idea of what the project is. Other than that, I've neglected my girlfriend all day, and I'm a whack ass. Also, what else would I was gonna say something super funny, and then I forgot it, so it probably wasn't that funny. Fuck you. Hi. Love you. Goodbye.
Where did you find this guy?
I'm bipolar as fuck. I take medication for it and it doesn't work.
Jen is always completely rational and is like, all right, Jen, go ahead
I
and do your
remember
part.
I'm
And
Neil
Jen
the
shits on Jen.
double shout out on Neil. I'm Neil the 604 Atheists token trans girl. You can see my gremlin looking ass on Neil's show. And yeah.
I love Gremlins. That's my favorite Christmas movie.
I've been on Neil's show too.
I think we all have.
Yeah, but I'm the token trans.
Been on his after show, but
I'm the transgen that's on there the most. So, I win. Right? That's how we play this game.
I guess so. I mean, you're kind of making the rules here, so I guess you win.
Yeah, I win.
Jordan Abed.
Yo, spell save 13. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Mikey.
Not a problem. Wisdom, I have a +3 in wisdom. That's a big old 9. That's a 12.
Yeah, spell save was 13. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Fuck me.
Hold personed.
God, no! My worst dreams have become real.
Mikey, I found out. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. But I'll tell you later because it's funny.
I think it's Stable Stool's turn. We'll talk after.
Yep. Stool, you got anything coming up you want to chill out?
Oh, am I allowed to talk? No.
No, you're not actually. So I'm just going to talk. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. I apologize. Go ahead.
I've got nothing to show because, yeah, whatever.
Wow. We're actually picking people up right in the last few minutes. We're up to 19 here.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I was surprised to see there were that many people still watching.
Well, let's let Purple go to bed, everybody. So please, everybody, go to. Let me pull up the link real quick. Please, everyone, go to Patreon. Let me just copy and paste it because Purple didn't make a specific link for Purple. So I'll post it in the chat. So everyone go to this link right now on Patreon. And please, Purple does this without any kind of monetary compensation. So I think we should all thank Purple for Purple's excellent job in running yet another year of a successful Christmas stream.
Yeah.
So go to the link there. Get on Purple's ass on Twitter about making separate tiers so that everything is not $1. Son of a bitch. I'm in the $1 tier 10 times because you refuse to.
I actually thought it would allow you to set your own amount there too.
But that
was an
stupid.
option.
That's stupid. Just make different tiers, even if they don't have different rewards. You can come up with the rewards later, and that's fine too. But everyone go to the link that I put in the thingy over there, and reward Purple for Purple's amazing job on yet another year of an amazing stream marathon. Thank you for organizing all of this, and thank you for being yourself.
Well,
we love you so much.
I appreciate everybody participated, both the people who hosted streams and the people who were just here on the panels, keeping the conversation flowing. And I do want to give Stool credit that he helped keep things running here when we hit a couple of snags. And Pirate Kitty for helping organize it and creating the visual schedule.
Doorknob, that's Neil 604 Atheist.
He knows. He's just a dick.
Okay, well, thank you all very much. So, we will bid you all adieu and a wonderful holiday to all.